Good evening, everybody. This is CmdrAleon. Welcome to the late night edition of Encounters. We're on a little bit early tonight. We took the night off last night, if you were wondering where we were. Once in a while, the commander needs to take a night off. Hey, April. Fire. Good evening, everybody. So we took our night off last night. You know, sometimes the commander has to rejuvenate the energy, helping so many people, sharing so much information. So we took some time off just to relax last night, and we did. Good to see everybody here. Another exciting edition of Encounters, the show that's out of this world. Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO show. Karen Morgan, welcome. And I know we're going to have an interesting show as usual. We don't know who we're going to be interviewing tonight or what we're going to be getting into, but we will definitely be getting into some things. I'm absolutely certain of that. And if you're new to this show, welcome. Hey, Johnny, good to have you with us, brother. Good to have you with us. We are here now. And I've been sharing the videos on my Facebook earlier, and I shared the video clip of my space sister calling my name, biological name, and I shared it with some of my friends. I shared it with Colin Andrews and a few other people that I'm friends with, and wanted them to hear what's happening. So I also have my friend Ashtar Athena. I shared with Ashtar Athena the clip of the video for her to hear, my younger sister from the ship that came through the other night when I was live a few nights ago. So yeah, only certain people there, and then I just shared it on my Facebook feed. Hey, one Toyota, good to see you. Good to see everybody coming in here. And I was just meditating about it. You know, I've been meditating about that whole thing. And I do believe, like I said, hey, Papa Smurf, good to see you, that my sister or sisters, if they want to pop in here in my home, they can pop in whenever they want. Essentially, now I've learned an understanding that they can just pop right in. So, you know, that night when that happened, I was looking in the wrong room. I should have turned my head into the meditation room, and I think that's exactly where she was. And then she left after a couple minutes, you know, but she came through a rift and visited and was giving me information about some things. She wanted to alert me to some things, which I found out later about. Good to have everybody with you. Everybody here. Hey, James, welcome to the show. Hey, Cheryl. Everybody, good to see you all. If you're new to the show, this is a show that has been on since the beginning of 2023. Hey, Kit Kat, good to see you, sister. And we've been busting the matrix on here. I'm on radio for 21 years on WESU. Music for Life wants to tell their story. We might just bring Music for Life on as soon as we do interviews. So hold on there, Music for Life. You're going to be probably our first guest. Moon Storm, good to see you. Dina, good to see you. Good to see everybody coming in here to the show. Please share and like. Please definitely share now. To like the show, you need to tap on my screen. And if you do that, that's where the hearts start happening. So when you tap on the screen, if everybody taps, not just a few people, we want to get up to 100,000 likes tonight. Thank you, Susan Mary, for that thing. A singing mic. Thank you. I've never seen that before. Hey, Red One, good to see you. Yeah, we took a little break last night to just chill out and relax. We do so many live programs here. Sometimes we have to just break and take a time to... my thoughts on that is it's all going to fall apart. It's all part of the 3D system. Thank you, Susan Mary. Thank you for the singing mic. Thank you. It's all going to fall apart. There'll be no systems like that in the new Earth. That stuff won't exist anymore. We're going into a whole different way of living. We're not going to have any of that stuff. Karen Morgan, thank you for the hat. I see the hat there. Did it come on me? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, well, it's good to have you all here. Bernie, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in here. If I haven't acknowledged your name, I do know you're here. I just want to acknowledge all the beautiful people out there, wherever you are. And let's see. And we'll be getting into interviews in a few minutes. So, thank you, Mary Ellen. Thank you for the Draw My Team, Beast. Thank you, Mary Ellen, for the hearts. Etheric, thank you for the heart. We appreciate it, all the gifts. We thank you so much. We thank all the people that are there. Hey, John Tyler, good to see you, brother. It's good to have everybody here. And we're going to have quite a night, I'm sure. Hey, Shanna. Good to see you, Shanna. Lisa Loves says, I'm amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, I hear my daughter coming up. I'll see if they want to say hello on TikTok for a minute. They're going to probably say no. But they are coming up. They probably will be not saying anything. But they're coming here. I'll see if I can get them on here for a minute. They know I'm on live. Hey, Karen Morgan. We'll see if they want to say hello to everybody. No. You want to say hello to everybody? No. They don't want to say hello. I tried. What can you do? Thoughts on the Zeta? They're being taken off planet. The Zeta, they were involved in the abduction scenario, agreeing with the government, with Eisenhower over 70 years, where they were involved in abduction scenarios, and they are being rounded up with the reptilians and a few other groups that have been involved over 70 years in trying to do things on Earth that are not kosher, so to speak. Hey, Shell Bell. Hey, Dia. We send love back to you. Oh, yeah, we'll tell him you said hello. Let's see here. So we're going to get into some interviews here. And we're still on planet unless I get, for the first time, taken on a spaceship, which I don't think is happening tonight. But you never know. I know one day, Johnny, you, me, and Kit Kat are going to be with Chesno going off planet. We don't know when that's going to be. But when they're ready to do it, we're ready to go. And for people that don't know what's happening, that's going to be happening. Probably within less than 12 months, I think. My indication is that we'll be going on the ships within 12 months, Johnny. Kit Kat, if you're still there. Chesno. We'll be joining April, and we're going to be learning a lot of stuff pretty soon. Trey, I wouldn't wait for the Congress to release anything. If anything, we have more information than the Congress does right here on Encounters. We have more information than the government does. And, yeah, we do. I've given up the control of the government trying to tell me disclosure when disclosure is happening right on this show. And, I've come to the conclusion I don't need the Pentagon. I don't need the Ministry of Defense. I don't need Area 51. I can care less about all those things because we're having contact. Because it doesn't matter. Ghost, my friend Ghost the Machine says, we got the entire database from the FBI and NSA and CIA. Good for you, my friend. I know Ghost. He's been on our show, and I believe he does have that information. Yeah, the government's... Why wait for the government to give disclosure when we have disclosure right on here? What are we waiting for? Right? I mean, why do we need disclosure? There's 5 of us that are... One of us out of the 5 that's been going on the ship for over 30 times. Ashtar Command spaceships up in Vermont. My friend April. We don't need disclosure. We have disclosure right here. We don't need any government. Hey, Cancer Fighter, good to see you. Don't wait for the government. Folks, do not wait for any government in the world to tell you the truth or release documents on UFOs. It's meaningless. It really is, because right here, we have disclosure. We have it right here. Right? When does I come back? We're still trying to schedule that. We're going to definitely schedule it. I'll probably know in a couple of days, but we will have a special broadcast with Amshai, our DOD contact. We'll definitely get in. Tell us about your being on ships. Well, I've not been on a ship, at least not in my conscious state. I probably have been on a ship without remembering I've been on a ship, but I can't tell you about it because I don't remember. But I have seen many, many spaceships since the 1960s. Mary Ellen, thank you for the galaxy so much. I appreciate it, Mary. Thank you for the gifts. We send our love to you. Have we been on ships? You might have, maybe in your sleeping state. I can't tell you that. You would have to go meditate within and ask yourself that question if you've been on a ship. Hey, 12DC, good to see you. Hey, Fila, I think it is Fila. Hello. Marinee, good to have you with us. So in your dreaming state, you could very well have gone on a spaceship. Anyone could have. It's just about meditating and trying to remember. A lot of times you might go off planet and not remember. Some people do remember. Some people really do remember going on a ship or something. Hey, good to see you, 12DC. But what I'm talking about is we have 4 people here. Hey, Paranormal Ghostbuster, good to see you. We have 4 people, Chesno, myself, Kit Kat, and Johnny, who's one of our moderators, and then April, who's been our key focus person that is heading our group when the Astro Command chose her, because she's up in a remote area in northern Vermont. And there are 4 of us in that group that will be, I think, in the next 12 months, being taken on the spaceship for the first time. So we're going to go physically, consciously onto an Astro Command ship, and we'll be doing that. Can please start? Larry Bull Russell says, can please start the whatever. I'm not sure what the is. Sometimes it's me. Hey, Commander, I'm just joining. Did I miss much? Nope. You haven't missed anything yet. Nobody has. And if anything weird happens tonight, this is where it's going to be. Yeah, there won't be any controlled release. There is not going to be anything. Even if they release anything, don't believe in the government 211. It's a waste. Join us even on our Saturday night contact nights with the Ashtar Command. We have April, myself, and others, but April has another phone, and the space people, our space family, will communicate through her second phone. So we're having direct contact. We don't need the government to tell me the truth. Why am I fading in and out so much tonight on my thing here? Let's just adjust that a little bit there. That's probably better. Unless I go off planet, I shouldn't be fading. But it's good to have everybody here. We're going to get into it. Probably need a brighter light. I've got a pretty good light here, but I probably need one more light, so I'll bring the light forward a little bit. And we'll do guest interviews. The way it works here, you have to be over 18 years old, no kids on the screen. Again, no foul language or cursing. Then also no paranormal discussion. What's the other one? No smoking, no drinking, any of that stuff. And again, no kids on the show. And plus, if you want to talk about visitations you're having, contact with space people, crop circles, Bigfoot, mer people, fairies, anything related to the galactic cosmic area that you're having, then definitely we'd like to hear about it. So 211, it's not so much it sounds conservative what they're doing. You just can't put any faith in these governments around the world to tell you the truth about extraterrestrial intelligence. That's a waste of time, and they're not going to do it. There's a lot of infighting in the governments right now, and the people in the know of this, between the younger generation and the ones that want to keep it secret for another 700 years. There is definitely a lot of infighting going on within, thank you, Cancer Fighter, within different governments, whether it be in England, China, Russia, wherever it may be. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. My biggest thing is to tell people, do not sit and wait for the government to hand you information regarding the existence of intelligent life throughout the universe. It's never, ever going to happen. And when I say that, it's the truth. Mike moving on the map. Hey, Mike, I just saw you say why can't you answer my question? I haven't seen your question. What is your question? Oh, yeah, Karen, my email, I'll give it to you. And Mike, give me your question, and I will definitely take a look at it. Let me see here. Let's see, Karen, I'm going to give you the email on my response here. Send me the video and I'll look at it. I have it filtered. He's asking an inappropriate question. Okay, if it's an inappropriate question, then TikTok's going to filter it, Mike. If it's not an appropriate question, it will. If it's an appropriate question, TikTok will not filter it. They will filter anything that's just whatever, not appropriate. I sent a bunch of times. Well, TikTok is filtering it because obviously they think it's not an appropriate question. Yeah. Yeah, TikTok has a thing, an algorithm that will filter things that can't get seen in here if it doesn't feel it's appropriate, which is what TikTok does. I have no control over that. Well, I have to know what. So if you type the question, I'll see it, and then it'll tell me. Hold on a second here. What's going on here? I tried to. So Karen, okay, so my email is CmdrAleon at AOL.com. So it's CMDR for the show, CmdRAleon at AOL.com. Karen, if you can write that down, that'd be great. So we're going to be getting into interviews in hopefully a little bit here. Yeah, I think I will. I think I will add the email to the bio. After my show's over, I'll add that in there somehow. Okay, so I'm going to thank you, Jordan. Thank you for the dancing heart. Heart, yeah, dancing heart. Let's see here if Karen gets my email. So Karen, can you see what I just sent? I sent it in the comments section, CmdrAleon at AOL.com. I'm really fading in and out tonight. That's pretty weird. Don't usually fade in and out. We'll deal with it. Okay, I guess I have to be up a little more like this. All right, that works for me. All right, Nurse, thank you for the cheer you up. We appreciate it. Good to see everybody coming in here. I'm very excited. Let's get started. Okay. So we're gonna definitely get into some interviews again. If you're new and you have a story to tell regarding visitations with space people, if you've had any abduction stories in your life, if you've been actually keeping track of spaceships, or what I call unidentified flying objects, or spaceships that are not from Earth, we want to hear your story. You have to have over 50 people to go on audio. You still have to, I think, over 800 to do video, which is live visual communications. So yeah, and you have to be over 18. No kids on the show. No smoking. No drinking. No drunks. All that stuff. And we are very focused. No paranormal discussion. There's plenty of other places for that. So we hey Karen, thanks for coming back in. No foul language. Definitely no foul language or anything like that on the show either. Be prepared for what you want to share, what you want to talk about. I'd like to, again, put your comments, write in your comments what you wish to come on the air about regarding the whole spiritual UFO phenomena. We need to have an idea of what you want to talk about before I bring you on here. Las Vegas, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Good to everybody coming in here. It's 11:06, so we started just a little bit early tonight. But we are live and well. River Blues, good to see you, brother. Good to have everybody with us here. Karen's already here with us. And everybody else coming in here, welcome to the show. Glad to have you all with us tonight. 6-3 last year, fell asleep there, River Blues. I gotcha. Music for Life. You wanted to come on here. I'm going to bring you on. You're my first guest, Music for Life. I didn't forget about you. I just pressed the multi-guest request option. And Life is our first guest. I'm excited to have you on the show as our first guest. Welcome.
Hi,
Hi, and what's your first name, Music for Life?
Grace.
Oh, Grace, good to see you. Evidently, my screen went dark again. I can't seem to. It does that every once in a while. We're going to have to adjust the thing here. Give me one moment. I need more lighting, evidently, than I have here. So we're going to bring it over here, get a little bit more lighting. And whereabouts are you?
Okay. Um, Ever since I was like in middle school, I used to be like buying books of UFOs. Like I was so into the UFOs thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then like I was around 25 or 26,
Mm-hmm.
I saw a UFO. I saw a UFO and I saw the lights. I saw everything, but the UFO passed like so quick, and I saw it with my own eyes. And
Mm-hmm.
what happened later that night, I took a nap. So when I was sleeping, I had a dream. I don't know if it was a dream or if they really took me, because I woke up and I saw them. I saw like they had like black eyes, big
Black,
black eyes.
big black eyes.
And
How tall are they?
they were like not real tall. They were like 4 feet.
4 feet.
Yeah.
Did they have like big heads and everything?
Yes, they did. And I
Yeah.
remember opening my eyes and they stick like something in my arm.
Yeah.
And and then and then I was like, but they weren't talking to me or nothing, right? And I remember they sticking like a something in my arm. It has stick something in my arm. So I woke up, right, and I said maybe that was a dream or what. But I have noticed like I think they're tracking me. They're tracking me because since then I've been having weird like dreams about UFOs and
What year was this that this happened?
like 1987.
1987. Wow, that's a lot of time. It's a long time ago. So since
Yes,
87, have you been feeling watched or tracked or things like that?
yes, I have, and I really believe they put something in my body to track me down. I really believe
Hmm.
that. Yeah,
So since that happened, I have to feel for you that they've been back and forth with you a number of times, correct?
correct. That's correct. So
So when that happened, what? Go
I
ahead.
wanna know what do they want from me? That's what my question is. What do they want?
Well, tell me more about some of the stories since they came. First time when they injected something into your arm. Tell me a little bit more about since that time happened. What have they done? They obviously have been coming back. I want to get a
Hmm.
better indication of what the Zeta have been doing to you.
Hmm. Well, I've been having like more like I don't think it's dreams. I think it's real because it happens more at nighttime, and I look out of my window and I can see like people like aliens walking around. But
Wait a minute. So you see the Zeta walking around when you look out your window?
yes, I do. Uh-huh.
Are you in a remote? Are you in a country area? Are you in a built-up area? Where are you located?
Country.
You're in the country. Ah,
Yeah,
so there's not really any houses around you, correct?
correct.
Okay, now I get it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what time of the night do you see them walking around outside?
Well, like I work and I get off at 10 o'clock at night. So by 12, it's between 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning
12,
that
1
I
in the
see
morning.
them. Yeah.
And are you home at the time from work at 12 and 1 in the morning?
Yes, I am. Because I get off from work at 10. So by that time, I'm at home between 12 and 3 in the morning. And I can see them outside. And I just want to know, what do they want from me? Why are they tracking me down?
Well, first of all, they shouldn't be tracking you down, and they had no right to put something in your arm in 1987. Is that when it happened? In 87?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. So, as I'm listening to the story, and again, I'm going to go into not just the talk show host mode, but I'm going to go into the Ashtar command mode. Now, if you want, you might be new to the show. I'm not from this planet. I come from off planet. I work in the Christed levels of light. I'm with the Ashtar command, which is the galactic levels of positive spiritual beings from different planetary systems. I am
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Mars originally. I came here as a volunteer in the human form here to help bust the matrix on this planet. And currently, I've been helping people like yourself who have had abductions and have been monitored by either Zeta or reptilians that have been interfering with their lives in situations like this. So, as you've been having these encounters with the Zeta and outside your country house, have they communicated anything with you telepathically? Have they stated why they did what they did to you?
Never. No, they never
Never.
have. No.
Never. Do you
No,
feel like
but
God?
I'm sorry. I think this all happened because when I was in middle school, I was so into UFOs. I was so into that. And I'm thinking now I'm thinking back that maybe this is why everything is happening now. It happened. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, what I'm thinking right now is that I need to help you. Just based, see, I read people's energies when they tell me that they've had these encounters with these beings, and I think that I need to help you. So I want to help you. Being guided by your story, that's not right. What they're doing to you. And for people that know me who've watched my show, you know that I can do what I say I'm going to do on the show. I don't use any crystal balls. I don't have a pendulum. I don't throw cards in the air. I don't have neon signs behind me. I'm not wearing a turban. I'm not a genie. I'm from beyond Earth. I came from the Ashtar Command. I came here on purpose to volunteer. Sometimes I wonder why I came here, but I came here to volunteer and do the mission work. And I am doing exactly what I'm supposed to do here right now, which is the radio
Mhm.
program on ESU. And I do my talk show here, which is the number one spiritual UFO talk show beyond any social media platform. So I'm going to help you out. And if you agree to let me help you, those Zetas would never go. And we're going to do something extraordinary. What we're going to do is send the Ashtar Command, if you agree to this, we're going to send a ship up in the country area where you are, a cloaked ship about 20,000 feet above your location, and the Zeta will no longer be there within the next few days. They're going to be gone. They're going to be taken, rounded up, and sent off planet.
Okay.
We're going to do that. We're actually going to do that.
Okay.
And I have done this. I'm not doing it myself. I don't have that power, but I do have the ability to send our spaceships there and our people there to help you. So I'm going to do that. So here's how it's going to work. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath, breathe in and breathe out of your nostrils about 4 times.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, I'm going to ask you, how do you feel at the moment?
Relax.
Okay. That's the most important thing. Your body's relaxed, your consciousness is relaxed. The next thing we're going to do, this is just the beginning. That's the easy part. It gets even better. Now, I want you to close your eyes, and I'm going to do something else now. I asked the Ashtar Command, Commander Robar, my family to send a spaceship to this person. What state are you located in?
Texas.
Texas? Okay. What area of Texas?
What area?
Yes.
Waco.
Waco. Okay. I know what that is. I want the command to send a spaceship over Waco, Texas, about 20,000 feet above her location. I'll tell you in a minute when the ship is there. The ship is there. Okay, now we're going to do something that's going to be even more powerful than what we did initially. Something you've never experienced before on a positive scale. The Zeta, who are there right now in your country area that have been monitoring you and doing what they've been doing to you, in a few minutes are going to be in for a complete shattering surprise, you see. Because what we're going to be doing, they're not even aware that's happening. We're going to send 15 Ashtar Command people on the ground level from the spaceship. 5 of which are going to come into your house in a minute. The other 10 are going to be outside looking for those Zeta. They're going to find them. They will find them. When we find the Zetas that have been doing this to you, they're going to be rounded up, taken on a spaceship, and taken to a center where they're sending off on ships the Zeta and other beings that have been doing things to human beings that are not kosher, so to speak. Okay?
Okay.
So right now, I want you to relax. You're in good hands. As I almost said, good hands with the Ashtar Command. I should probably say that because that's exactly what it is. The Ashtar Command people are men and women about 7.5, 8 feet tall. They are Christed beings of light. They are very human, very loving people. And we're going to send some of our best people to help you.
Okay.
The 5 of them are going to come into the house in a moment. They're going to be, do you have any basements or anything like that on your property?
No.
Okay, that's good. They're first going to scan every room in your house. They're going to make sure that there's no devices or anything from the Zeta in your house. They're going to clear all that out of there right now. And then after they do that, they'll come up to you. I'll tell you when. Keep your eyes closed. Relax. Okay, the way they were going to do this is 2 men and 2 women. One man and 1 woman behind the other man and woman of the command. The other 10 people are outside. They're going through your country area in your perimeters, and they are going to round up any Zeta that are hiding out there.
Okay.
What we're going to do for you right now is this. Take a deep breath. Breathe in and breathe out of your nostril again, please. Okay, very good. In one moment, the woman, both of these people, all 4 of these people are what you would consider like medical people on our ships, but more advanced than your Earth-based doctors, so to speak. They are definitely medical people, not in the terminology of medical as you understand it on Earth. They are way advanced beyond any Earth understanding of medicine and healing. So they're going to work with you. The woman in a second is going to make herself known to you. She's going to touch the back of your neck, upper neck area, and from there
Mhm.
she's going to touch the center from the top of your head. What she's going to be doing is working on what they did on their implants of the energy they put into you and the implant that they did in your arm. The man is going to touch the arm where the implant was or the shoulder, and you're going to feel an energy going down that arm. So I want you to keep your eyes closed for a moment, please. And the man who is with the space with our command, please touch that arm and also find the implant that was taken in there, put in there. Please take the implant out. You're not going to feel any pain. They're going to dissolve the implant. It's going to be gone. The woman's going to do some activation work on your neck area into the center of your consciousness to the brain area. She's going to clear all the energy out that the Zeta did on you for since 1987. You're going to have clarity. You're going to feel different in a moment. Keep your eyes closed. When you feel the touch of both of them, let me know. Relax. Just relax.
Wow, I can feel it. I feel the touch.
You feel the touch?
Yes,
Where do you feel the touch?
in my back.
Yes. The medical woman from the command is working on that energy level where they were playing around with your cellular structure when they abducted you. She's
Yes.
clearing out all the energy from the Zeta that they did to you. You're
Okay.
being infused with light energy right now. She's working on that. I want the man to work on the arm area where the implant was, please. I want the implant taken out. Please let me know when you feel a touching of the arm. The man is going to scan your arm with his hand. He can do that. Please let me know when you feel that. Keep your eyes closed, please.
I feel somebody touching me.
Touching your arm?
Yes.
That's the man. He's one of the part of the medical team from the ship. He's going to take that implant out of your arm. You're not going to know it. You're not going to feel anything. It's going to be taken out. Once
It
it's
is?
taken out, yes, it's going to be taken out right now.
Okay.
Close your eyes, please. I'm communicating telepathically with him. I'm asking him to take out the implant. In a moment, you're going to feel a slight difference. There's no pain in what he's going to do. They will take out the implant. You're going to feel a relief of energy in that part of your arm that was implanted. In a moment or two, let me know how you feel.
I feel good. I feel, wow. I feel a difference in my
Yes,
arm. Yes.
yes,
Yes, I feel a big difference.
yes. He just removed the implant in your arm that the Zeta put in the arm. Your arm has been healed from the implant, and he's restoring the cellular structure of energy through that arm. The woman is working on your whole body right now on the etheric level and on the physical level of your body. Your body's
Mm-hmm.
being amped up to a much higher frequency.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I feel. I can feel it.
Yes. What they're doing is they're healing your whole body from what the abusive things that the Zeta did to you. They're re-healing your body right now as I speak. For people watching this show, this is Encounters. My name is CmdrAleon. I'm with the Ashtar Command. I'm also a talk show host, but not your normal talk show host. I do a show here on Spiritual UFO Interviews, but I'm not your normal talk show host. I want you to know no other talk show host on this subject will do what I do because I don't come from this planet. I'm living here. I'm part of the experience. I'm here to bust the matrix, but I'm also here to help people. And we're
So
helping
now,
musically.
am I free from everything?
Yes, you are. You can open your eyes now.
Okay.
They're still working on you. The
Okay.
10 other Ashtar Command people outside your house in the country area, they're rounding up the Zeta. The Zeta have been hiding. They have a hiding location in your area out in the country. They've been hiding. That's why you've been seeing them all the time. They're going to be rounded
Mm-hmm.
up. I would say within the next 24 hours, they're going to be totally rounded up. I also want to tell you we will keep a spaceship, and the 15 of the Ashtar commanders will stay there with you till Saturday. So my gift
Okay.
to you is that they will stay with you till Saturday. They're going to make sure there's a clean sweep of the area where you live in Waco, Texas, in the country. They're going to send up a perimeter of light, etheric structures that are going to be set up around the country area of your property. No longer will any kind of lower vibrational ETs be able to interfere with you, your life, your living, and so forth. You are by yourself, correct?
Yes.
Yes, I knew that. You will no longer have any interference from any negative ETs
Mm-hmm.
ever again. They're
Mm-hmm.
going to put a etheric. There's going to be a shield put around your property. It's going to be an
Mm-hmm.
invisible shield. The only ones that can enter that shield of the beings of light, the Christ the beings of light, if they visit you, they're the only ones you're ever going to see. And those are human beings that are men and women from other planetary worlds that are within the Ashtar Command realm. So they're the only ones that
Wow.
can actually enter through the field. It is a protection field for you, and it will be permanently set on your property. No one will be able to see it. It's for you. You yourself will feel the energy of the field, but no one else will be able to see it. So I've had them set that
Wow.
up on your property, and you are protected for life. There's going to be no more negative encounters.
Thank you very much. I feel a different. I can feel it. Yes, I feel the difference.
You are a blessing. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking now in Ashtar Command mode, not my talk show host mode. I'm talking as an activated space person at the moment. So you are protected now. We will no longer let any of that happen. When I get in this mode to help somebody, I'm now very, very active and activated in that level. I will not allow
Yeah.
any negative ETs anywhere, and we will stop them. We will,
Mm-hmm.
and we have.
We have. Yes.
You
Okay.
are very much.
Thank
You're very
you.
much loved. Yes, the man and the woman will stay with you. Before they leave, the command leaves Saturday to leave your home to go back on the ship. They will. One of them, I think, the woman or the man, might slightly reveal themselves to you, just to let you know that they are beautiful beings of light. They are people, but they are tall, a little bit taller than you are. But they are very beautiful, beautiful people, and you are
Mm-hmm.
very much loved. And your story allowed me to help you.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to ask you, I still have UFO books. Should I throw them away or what should I do with
Uh,
them?
if the books have negative stuff in them, I would get rid of the books. You don't need anything that has negativity. Any books in your home that have any negative energy, get rid of them.
Okay,
Any books,
I
doesn't matter
will.
what it is. Get rid of any negative energy in the books. Get rid of the books. As simple as
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I will.
I want to thank you. And again, give me your first name.
Grace,
Grace. Thank you. Well, now, Grace, you can have a graceful, beautiful night.
thank you for helping.
and we appreciate you watching my show. You know, people come here for different reasons without knowing it. You came here very much for a reason of healing and of getting the Zeta out of your life, and we are now doing that. So I appreciate it.
All right. Good night.
Good night, Grace. Thank you so much for being here. And that was
You're welcome.
Grace in Waco, Texas. And my first interview was more than an interview. This is what I do here, folks. If you're new to my show, this is please tap and like. We have 27,000 likes. We should get to 100,000 easily with what we're doing here. If you support what we're doing here, if you've never seen anything like this by any kind of talk show person anywhere, you're not going to see it anywhere. You're going to see it here. So I'm saying this for a reason, and that's why you should support what we're doing. Tahar, thank you, Jersey for Life. If you are like amazed at what just happened here, this is a show that's different than any other. Like I said, I don't have crystal balls. I'm not throwing hats in the air. I don't have a genie in my bottle. I am really here from another world. I come here from off planet. I came here. I am human, but I'm also multi-conscious, meaning I'm human. I worked in Cosmic Christ Consciousness. I'm from the Ashtar Command. I come from Mars. What else do you want to know? Really? And people that have been following me have seen me do this for other people that have been abducted. We've taken those negative ETs and we've rounded them up to an area where we take them and they're taken off planet. Thank you, Johnny. And I'm happy to help people. I really am. I do this unconditionally. I have to, because I come from the Ashtar Command. This is what we do. If we're on Earth, we have to help you. We have to do the work. We have to help you. It's not a question of should we, it's we have to. Oh, thank you, Laval. I did see them. Thank you. I was looking at those earlier. Thank you. Penny, we're going to bring Penny on next. Penny says she's been visited 4 times. Penny, you have a lot of followers. And Penny, if you can come on camera, you're my second guest tonight. We're going to bring Penny on. You're watching Encounters, and I am CmdrAleon, the host of the show. Penny, if you can come on, we'd love to have you on here. I think I've been visited 4 times. Don't be afraid. It's all good. I'm a contactee from the 60s. I've had contact with positive ET intelligence. So I am very happy to have you on here, Penny. Where's Penny? We want to get Penny on here. Let's see, can I bring I'm trying to bring my color back up here. Anyway, so let's see if Penny can come. I think I have been visited 4 times. Yeah, that's a bad book. That book should be thrown out of people's houses. Hey, Mary, good to see you. Thank you, you. Darren Steele says, and then they were gone. Darren Steele, I think you have a story. Darren Steele, can you tell me your story there on the comments? I want to get back to looking at it. Jim on a limb, you're a skeptic and want to believe. I hope you've been here to watch what I just did with this person in Waco, Texas. Yeah, keep listening. You will not be a skeptic if you listen to my show. Let's see. And welcome to the show. If you are human from Mars, I don't understand. Can you explain better for me to understand? I'm NE. So Geraldine, so I'm a star seed, so I'm going to define how I come from Mars. I came from Mars originally before Earth. I chose to be born here. I didn't know who my human family was going to be. My mother and father on Earth are no longer here biologically. They're gone. But I chose to be with them. I have one brother, Earth-based brother. He is totally different than I am. Of course, he would be. Has no understanding of any of this stuff. And when I came here, I chose to be here. And when I chose to be here, as I got older, I became aware and awakened and remembered that I wasn't from Earth. And when I was a kid, I told my friends playing baseball that I was from Mars. out of the blue moon, I said, "Oh, I'm from Mars." They weren't too happy about it, but I didn't care. And then as I got older, more mature, as in my adult age, I came out of the closet about being from Mars. And I've been doing radio on NPR radio for 21 years, where I came out of the closet on the radio station and said I was from Mars. I also said I was from the Ashtar Command, which is a real thing. The Ashtar Command are the positive forces of light, sort of like the United Nations of many planetary worlds of light. I come from that level. But I also have the human experience because I'm human, right? So I have human consciousness. I have Christ consciousness. I am also from Mars, and I'm a contactee. So I have a lot of things here. I'm sort of like a cosmic book, so to speak. It might not be easy to understand, and that's okay if you don't completely understand what I'm talking about. But if you don't, ask a question. But my answer is that, again, many people that are star seeds, if they say they're a star seed, they're saying that they came from a star planet or a system beyond Earth, and they're here, and they remember who they are. Some people say they come from the Seven Sisters, which is the Pleiadian star system. I've had many people that say that. Some people says they're from the Sirius star system. Some people say they're from this place or that place because they now remember that they came here from somewhere else. So that's basically what I'm saying is I chose to come here. I am fully conscious and fully aware of who I am. And I'm, like I said, been out of the closet for a lot of years about this. And I've interviewed many people on here that are not from here. They're human, but they're not from this planet. Oh, Penny, you don't want to be live? Oh, don't be afraid, Penny. I'd like to hear your story. I can't force you to come on here, but obviously, when you tell me you've been visited 4 times, I'll tell you what, if you come on here, like I'm a contactee. So my first contact was with men and women in the 1960s when I was a kid, Penny, and they were human. They were probably taller than I am, men and women in light blue space suits. I've told my story on my radio show and here, and it's not a big deal. So if you just want to come on audio, I'll put you on here to share your story, and we can find out more about your visitations and what actually happened to you. Because I think something dramatic happened in your 4 visits, and I'm very interested to find out what that was. Oh, Geraldine, you're new. Welcome to the show, Geraldine. And everybody would love to hear your story, Penny. There's a lot of people here that want to hear your story. A lot of folks. Ah, here's a person that needs to find himself somewhere else. Okay. So Penny, let's see. No, I just rather just type it. It's so like typing a story versus talking about it. People can see you typing it, but I'll tell you, it makes a big difference if you share it. Everybody here wants you to not type it. They want to have you come on here. They want to hear it. That's why we have a talk show, you know, so people can actually hear. And like I said, you don't have to even come on camera. Just do the audio thing. If you, and that's all you have to do. Believe me, the commander will not bite. I'm the easiest person to deal with. I guarantee you, I treat everybody on here. All the people that have been abducted have other things happen to them. Uh, I've helped many people on here with their stories. How many people here would like to see Penny go on live? Let's get the popular view here of the audience. I'm going to go by what the audience says. Look at all the comments, Penny. Lots of comments. I think that's the majority of my viewership. Bird Lover says, "We love you, Penny." See what I started? You are a popular person. Everybody wants to hear you're live on here. You became popular on this show in like 2 seconds. And all I did is say, let's bring her on live. Our audience is giving you pep talk. Can she do a test? Hey, Cosmic. If you feel comfortable, Penny, I would be honored. Sweet as Soul said, if you feel comfortable, Penny, I would be honored. A lot of people would be. I'd be honored. And I'm the talk show host. So I'm going to sit back here for a minute and see if Penny, after all these people loving you and telling you how much they love you and want to hear you, we're going to see if that gives Penny some motivation. It's all about positivity, you know? Daria, don't work too hard. Thanks for being here. While Penny is mulling over what has just happened here, I'm going to have some apple cider. All I know is when people tell me something in comments and it's like really interesting comment, beware that the commanders want to bring you up here and have you on live to tell your story. That's how it works here. You tell a good comment, I'm right there, I see it, I got to bring that person up. I got to do it. Got to bring them up. Everybody, Penny, wants you up here. No one's going to force you to come up here, but everybody wants you to come up here. Everybody. And they all respect you. I would come up and sit next to you if I want. I'm pretty shy, but I can be your quiet supporter. Gina, thank you for the roses. We appreciate that very much. I hope I didn't lose her either. I think she's reading comments, hopefully. So now we'll just, I think she fled. Getting all that love and she fled us. She'll be back. She'll be back. Yeah, Marlene, if she wants to type, she can type. I don't know where she is now. I think she got overwhelmed by all the love, you know? So, yeah, so I can do that. You Ashtar command, yes, I can explain that. So the Ashtar command is like the, as I say, the United Nations of planetary worlds of peace. If you can make the analogy between United Nations, which are Earth-based governments, the Ashtar command is like the highest level of all the galactic forces of light, and they represent all the peaceful worlds beyond Earth, to put it in a nutshell. That would be the Ashtar command. And if you want to be a guest on the show, certainly you can make a comment as to what you want to share in the relationship of the UFO, spiritual UFO area. Now, if you've been visited, if you've had contact with space people, whether it be an abduction or a contactee experience, whether you've seen or documented spaceships, what some people call UFOs, if you've had Bigfoot stuff happen, mer people, fairies, all that stuff. That's what we talk about here. No paranormal stuff. You have to be over 18. No kids on the show. No cursing. No smoking. No drinking. Any of that stuff. Other than that, if you have a really interesting story you want to share, tell me in the comments what's happened to you. And we, as long as you have over 50 people, we can go live on audio. If you have over 800, we can go live on video, on camera, so to speak. So just let us know a little bit about yourself, and we'll look at your comments. Marlene, thanks for the roses. We appreciate that. Thank you for the finger heart, Marlene. Thank you. Much appreciated. Marlene, thank you for the gimme the whatever that thing is. Give me the finger heart. Oh, give me the vote. I think that one. The finger heart, then we have to give me the vote. Then I got the lightning bolt. That's a good one. And then I got the other corn thing. So that's really good too. Between the corn and the bolt of lightning. Then I got the, hey, thank you for the puff heart. Thank you. Tahar. Gary Haas, thank you for the roses. Marlene, thank you for the puff heart. Thank you, Marlene, for the high bear. I feel like I'm on stage with the Grammy Awards or something. Thank you for all the gifts. Miss Michigan, thank you for the roses. Thank you, Marlene, for the tiny Deanie. We appreciate it. Oh, man. Mike, thank you for the galaxy, man. That's beautiful. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And we love doing interviews here. Thank you, Chelsea. You're the best. Thank you so much for that. I know there's got. Thank you, late freight trucker. Good to see you, brother. It's been a while. Thank you, Chelsea, for the roses. So I know people. There's over 300 people here now. I've got to believe. How many of you out of 300 here are being visited by space people? Be honest. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid to tell me this. You know my show. If you're new at this show, I'm a contactee. So if you tell me you're being visited, I want to know that. Physically visited, not like in a dream state. Who's being physically visited by space people right now? Who's having contact right now? Chosen Enigma. UFO. I know UFO what UAP is. Monica says, do you think you're part of the SSP? I don't even know what the SSP is, but I can tell you I am with the Ashtar Galactic Command, and I'm from beyond Earth, but I am human. Kimberly says, I've had 4 to 10 ships over my house, but not personally. Monica Anderson says, they are above my house. Monica Anderson. Oh, no, nothing like that. SSP, no. Nothing like that. I work with the Ashtar Command, not any super soldier program. Thank you for sharing what that is. TikTok Let's Go says, I have been visited in Ohio and still now in my home above orbs and craft. Have been connecting with other beings my whole life, my last direct contact experience. Okay, I'm going to bring Kelly up, and then TikTok, you're going to come up here. I'm going to try to get Kelly up here. I want to hear her story. Let's see. Kelly, we are going to bring you up here, and we want to hear your story. If you'll come up, you'll be our second guest. Kelly. Let's see what happens here. Here we go. All right, Kelly, welcome to Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. And so where are you on the planet right now?
I'm in the Pacific Northwest.
Pacific Northwest. And that's a beautiful area. Can you tell us a little bit about your history in terms of, I always like to get a sense as to when things started happening in your life regarding non-terrestrial or extraterrestrial activity.
Yeah, I've been in contact with other beings on multiple levels my entire life. I have memories from when I was a very small child to adulthood. And My last direct contact experience with what I have to, I guess I should preface this by saying that I am a skeptical experiencer.
Hmm.
So I am not one of those people that says, like, oh, I don't know who these beings are, or I can't say for sure, who they are or what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, whether they're aliens or whatever, I don't know that. I don't know who they are.
Right. Right.
But some people do, and I admire that. And I think it's cool that they do. But my last direct contact experience with, the alien types that people see and talk about so much was a little over 20 years ago, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, these were not experiences that I sought after. These were not experiences that I wanted. These weren't pleasant experiences. There was a lot
Mm-hmm.
of fear and anxiety wrapped around them. And, when somebody is having these experiences, there's a lot of things that you go through emotionally. You go through, like, is this even really happening? Am I crazy? Um, what is happening? And you tell
Right.
people, and they question it, so you learn to not say anything. And there's a whole gamut of emotions that really follow all of this stuff. And for me, the final part was the last contact experience that I had. And I was living in the South Pacific at the time. And my boyfriend and I came home from a dinner, and I had a dog who was a beautiful, beautiful being. He was definitely my soul dog. And we went to bed. It was a normal night. I remember looking down at the end of my bed, and my dog was doing his two circles. And I remember thinking about how beautiful he was and how lucky I was to have him. And I just fell asleep. And I am an extremely light sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up for anything. I'm one of those people that wakes up at 3 a.m. every night, all of that. Um, and that night was totally different. That night was really wild. I was in the deepest sleep I've ever had in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really strange because I was unconscious, dead
Mm-hmm.
asleep. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember thinking that I heard a noise. And then I was
Mm.
absolutely unconscious again.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then I thought I heard another noise, and it was a little louder. And then I was unconscious again. And then I heard the noise again, and I wondered for a split second, is that a dog barking? But it didn't sound
Hmm.
like a bark, but it sounded like a noise. And boom, I was unconscious again. So it was really like I had to really start fighting to even become conscious at all. Eventually, I realized that it was a dog barking, and it sounded like a dog barking miles away, way off in the distance. And then, boom,
Hmm.
unconscious again. But this
Hmm.
time, the fact that it was a dog barking made me emotional. Like I had an emotional reaction to it. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so I was conscious again. I couldn't hear anything, but I heard the barking. And this time it was right next to me. And for the time that I was conscious, I was concerned about my dog that I love so much. I thought, oh my God,
Yeah.
is that Chico? And then boom, I was out again. And so at
Oh my
this point,
gosh.
I'm like fighting to wake up. And the
Mm-hmm.
fear of something happening to my dog pulled me out of it. And I opened up my eyes, and I looked over, and my dog was over at the closet, and there was a being standing behind my mirrored closet door looking down at
Oh
my
my
dog.
gosh.
Yeah. And the room was heavy. It was as if it was filled with electricity. It
Mm-hmm.
was difficult to move. It was difficult to navigate. It was like a different dimension. It was like a different time, and
Mm.
the space was literally different. Like you could see electricity moving through the room that almost looked
Wow.
like northern lights, almost like there
Mm-hmm.
was
Wow, that's
colored,
crazy. Yeah.
yeah, colored electricity. And so I noted that, and I looked over again at my dog, and my dog had this being completely trapped in the closet. And they did not know that I was awake at this point. And I could see that my dog was absolutely, he was ready to pounce on this being. This was,
Really?
yeah, he did not feel safe. I've never seen him like that. His teeth were baring.
Oh
He
my gosh.
he absolutely wanted to. This was like a very dangerous situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My dog thought it was dangerous. I was worried for my dog, and I didn't know what to do and was just kind of laying there for a second. I mean, I could see the traces of electricity going off of my dog
Mm.
as he was moving back and forth, making sure that this being did not come, like that he had this being trapped.
The being was in the closet, correct?
Yeah, yeah. So I took a closer look at the being, and it looked like the typical grays. But here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing that was really weird about it is there was wrinkles in like the skin, like it was wearing a suit, and like it wasn't its natural form. And
Really?
yeah, I mean, it was just like a wetsuit. Like I totally
Mm-hmm.
expected zipper to be on the back of the suit. And I
Mm-hmm.
was looking at the face, and it was very much like a mask. And
Oh
I could
man.
tell that there was something behind it.
So
Yeah, it
you,
was wild.
so this being was wearing some sort of a suit, and its face was covered in a like a mask.
It was like a mask that looked like the typical aliens that you
Yeah,
see
the
all
Zeta.
over. But I knew it was a mask.
Yeah.
It wasn't right. There was like wrinkles in the
Hmm.
suit and the skin, and it had one hand wrapped around my closet door. It was behind the closet, and it was really focused in on what was happening with my dog. And at one point, I could tell that my dog was getting ready to jump at this being.
Right.
And fear, like this really crazy fear, shot through me, and it gave me enough energy to sit up and yell my dog's name. And the being looked at me, and my dog looked back at me, and there was a black flash, and
Oh my
I
gosh.
was thrown back, and I immediately woke up. All the electricity was gone. Everything was completely normal. My
Mm-hmm.
dog was going back and forth in the
Mm-hmm.
closet, smelling everything. He was
Mm-hmm.
absolutely frantic. And I jumped out of bed and grabbed him and tried to get him to calm down.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, I've done some meditation, and it seemed like a black flash, but now I know that I was thrown back and everything went black, but I can
Mm.
remember the flash went from my closet to the window in my connecting bathroom. And my dog could not calm down. He was going back
Mm-hmm.
and forth between the
Mm-hmm.
closet and the um the window in my bathroom. And I went over to my boyfriend and I woke him up, and I told him exactly what happened, everything that I just said to you guys.
Yeah,
And he said that he saw the whole thing. He thought it
he
was a
did.
dream. Yep, he saw the whole thing. He didn't move or wake up or anything during when this happened, but he
Yeah,
said he saw the whole thing.
he
And
saw the whole thing.
he saw it and he thought it was a dream.
Ah, see. So I'm see. I read. If you're new to my show, I can read energy because I'm not from here. Like I said before, I always let people know that I came from here as a star seed off planet. I was fully activated as a child, but I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know anything until I got older. So I read your story, and I had a woman earlier on who had been abducted, and they actually put an implant in her. And now I'm hearing your story, and so, have you had anything happen since that time?
So this seemed to be, I'd had several visitations throughout my life,
Mm-hmm.
probably 10 or so before that,
Mm-hmm.
from when I was a
Mm-hmm.
child to a young adult. This seemed to be like an like a culmination. It was like
Mm-hmm.
a clear defining boundary that
Mm-hmm.
was put in place, and I've not
Mm-hmm.
had any direct contact experiences since then.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm thankful for that because it's not something that um it's not something that I wanted. It's not something that
Right. You didn't
I
choose to have it. It happened.
right. And so outside of that, it's been years. It's funny because my husband is extremely skeptical, but even he doesn't have an explanation for that night. And
Right.
outside of that, like I have a lot of very, spiritual experiences, those things, the connection that I seem to have to all of it hasn't changed, but
Mm-hmm.
I've learned how to be more protective and just set
Mm-hmm.
boundaries, if that makes sense.
Right. So here's my question. And again, if you're just new to the show, people in my audience have seen me do this. I've done this. It's something that nobody else does on TikTok or on YouTube or anything. I have been downloaded the ability since last year, I think it was, by the people I work with off planet, the Ashtar Command, which are spiritual beings of light, men and women who are very beautiful people and have families just like we have on Earth, but come from different other planetary systems of light. So I've been guided to be able to help people. And so, with your permission, and again, it's up to you, but I guarantee you, after I do this, it's not me, I do nothing. I could send an Astro Command ship over your location right now in 2 seconds, and I can send some Astro Command people, men and women. You will not see them, but they'll actually go through the whole perimeter of your property, and they're also going to seek out any energies that were residual energies from the negative ETs or ET. I think there was even more than one, even though that was in your closet. There was others, and I'd like to help you in terms of switching the energy and uplifting the vibrational frequencies in your home as well.
Well, I appreciate the offer. And I really do genuinely appreciate that. I think I'm okay where I'm at. I'm okay. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to change anything because I haven't had, that direct experience with them for over 20 years now, and I
Okay.
don't want to
Okay.
I don't want to
Right.
change anything. And
Right. Right.
it's been a long journey. Like, it's been a long journey. I'm still cautious, but I'm very lucky to be like, I feel like I'm very lucky to be free of it, and I'm in a good place. So I genuinely
Okay.
appreciate that.
No, okay, I appreciate that. If you ever change your mind, let me know because, like I said, if in 20 years you're not being affected by them, although they can and probably can monitor you, even though they're not bothering you, for whatever reason, I'm glad they're not bothering you anymore. That's absolutely beautiful that you're gone 20 years later and nothing's happening. So,
Yeah, I mean, I
but if
think
you,
we're all connected, right? Like we're all on the same we're all able to connect, you know what I mean? And so I just think that that night was a clear boundary for those particular beings, and um I'm pretty confident in being able to set those boundaries now, and it took a long time, you know.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, you're an amazing person. You have the willpower. Obviously, you have the spiritual strength to set the boundaries, and your dog is actually, without that dog there, things could have been way different.
Way
You know what I
different.
mean? Way
Yeah,
different.
oddly enough, when I was a small child, I know there's other people that want to speak, so I'll quickly say this, but when I was a small child, like 5 years old, we didn't have a dog, and I was desperate for a dog, and I used to go to like the neighbors' houses down the street and take their
Just to
dogs and
take the
bring them
dog,
to
yeah.
my house. Yeah.
Hey,
So
this is my
he
dog for the day. I'm gonna have the dog.
yeah, yeah. I was very lucky. Lots of gratitude for him.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful
Mm-hmm.
soul. So, well, thank you for the opportunity to speak and for everybody to
Absolutely,
listen.
absolutely. I think it was in a way, it was a beautiful ending to the story because if you had told me that you were still having encounters, I would have been pushing a little bit more to have you help you. But you're
You
not
know,
having
it's
the problem.
funny. I know that I could if I wanted to, and I just, I have UAP encounters all the time. Like when we go
Oh,
camping up
you
in the
do?
mountains. Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I have stuff
So
like
let
that.
me ask you
But
about that, the UAP encounters. So let me ask you about that before you go. So you're having UAP encounters. Did that start happening after you had the experience with that being?
no, it's my whole life,
Your whole
and
life? Okay.
yeah, and I know that if I want to, I can call them to me anytime.
And do you know who they are, the ones you're calling to that you can call anytime?
I don't. And I'm not so that's kind of like my problem is I'm not so sure of, who they are and what they are. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky to be seeing a spiritual like guidance and therapist, and I've been seeing
Mm-hmm.
her, which has been really
Mm-hmm.
helpful.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah, it's been really helpful. And she knows everything, and I just don't really. It's not that I don't want to. It's not that I don't like. I'm not, in awe of it, and it's not that I don't like appreciate the magnitude of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually really grateful that this is happening more often on a collective level. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
this
on a
is
global level everywhere. Yeah.
on a global level. This was something that was not very common when it was happening to me when I was younger, and I very
Yeah.
much felt alone and really very much alone and ashamed, and so I feel like it's happening a lot collectively. I feel like I don't really need to kick the hornet's nest. I'm
you know,
just kind of
you, you
cautious
know
about
what?
it.
But I got to be honest with you because that's just what I do here. I
Yeah.
think that the reason why you're having constant sightings of spaceships, or you call them UAPs, whatever you want to call them. I don't know who they are because you're probably having different types of beings in these ships that are showing themselves to you. So I don't know to gauge which ones are what, or because just if you're having them constantly, obviously past the fact that you had the negative ET thing with the dog, and then now you see when you go on trips somewhere camping, you see these spaceships, what I call spaceships. So obviously they're showing themselves. Do they show themselves to you when you're camping? Do they just like appear out of nowhere when you call them?
I don't call them. And I don't, I should be clear about that. I don't want to, but I still see them.
You
But I
still see
know,
them, okay.
right. I know that I could call them if I wanted to. Yeah.
And why do you feel you can call them? I'm very interested in what you just said.
Well, I mean, there's the connection there. That's just because that boundary was set. It's not that I don't feel feel them, hear them, see them. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just that I've set this personal boundary. And
Yeah,
so
boundary. Yeah. Okay.
so they I do see, the ships or whatever, the UAPs, but I don't call them. But
Yeah.
I hear other people's stories and I see their stories and I'm like, I just know that if like there's that one gentleman down in the Carolinas, him and his
Mm-hmm.
family, I forget his name, and I'm like, there's like people studying and I'm like, well, I could do that
Mm-hmm.
like if
Yeah.
I wanted to, but I don't want to. I'm not
Yeah.
I feel like it was such a frightening experience for me. I don't want to
Yeah.
invite that in.
Right. No, I know that. See, it was a dramatic experience for you, what happened. So I know that's still with you in your consciousness, what happened with the dog. That's probably a big part of the setting that
Well,
you're
and
able to set.
even, Robert's right, even going back to my childhood. I mean, these were events that were terrifying. And
Mhm.
um yeah, I didn't sleep from a
Yeah.
kid
No.
all the way up. It just was it was terrifying. So now I have, like this peace and these boundaries, so I
Right.
don't want to, but I still see them.
Right. You don't want to upset your boundaries that you put in place. You're happy with, you have to go what you feel comfortable with. But all I'll
Exactly.
say is, if you ever decide beyond the person you're seeing that's helping you, which I'm grateful that you're having those good things, if you ever feel you want to come forward to the point of letting me do some stuff here, I guarantee you it's going to blow your mind in a good way. And nothing but beautiful things will be added on to the beautiful things that you set the boundaries for yourself to do. And it's just, and that gift will always be there for you ever, if you ever decide to come back on here.
Well, thank you. And I appreciate, the platform and being able to speak about it. I think that there's
Mm.
so many good things happening
Mm-hmm.
collectively. I love to
Mm-hmm.
see it. And
Yes.
I think it's important that we are all able to, talk about it and share our
Mm.
stories. These things are
Absolutely.
happening. That's not a question, and not anymore. And I will just add, and then I'll go because I want somebody else to speak.
Right,
But
right, right. I
this
got
is
you.
a
Go ahead.
really interesting time with just everything that's happening with, disclosure and the government getting involved. And, there's just a whole energetic change happening. And, um, I did join an experiencer group and amazing people, but sometimes even just talking about it like gives me anxiety, and the reality of it can be really overwhelming. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so I had taken a step back from that group, but I firmly believe that, the community and people coming forward is very important, and being able to support each other. So
Right.
I'm really grateful that that's, the
All
case.
right. Well, Kelly, thank you for being here. Everybody give her a round of applause for coming forward and
Thanks,
public about your
guys.
experience. And as you that's found out, this is a safe place to come on Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Kelly, thank you. I appreciate your story very much. And anytime you want to come back, you say, you know what, I've been thinking, Commander, maybe I will take you up on an offer. It's here for you all the time. It's unconditional. You're always welcome back.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right, I want to thank Kelly, and I know there's a lot of people telling me they want to come up here, so we're going to bring some more folks. Uh-oh,
Awesome. I'm looking
my
forward to this.
my application. Hold on, folks. What just happened here? I just heard a voice. Hold on a moment. Give me a minute here. I just heard a voice. Okie dokie. Give me a minute. Did anybody just hear something, or am I just losing it here? Okay. I think she just spoke for a second. No, I didn't. No, I didn't hear a growl. No, I didn't hear any growls. I heard a. Um. It might have been her. Maybe it was her. I heard something else outside my earpods. Oh, she said bye. Okay. All right. I thought it was I'm not going to mention, I have an app in the other room, so I'm not going to mention it or else it might speak. I think my app might be, I lost it. Anyway, I think it was the app. We have a couple of these apps hooked up in different rooms, and I think it thought I said its name and it responded anyway. So thank you, Kelly, for being on the show. And we are going to do some more interviews. I'm going to go backwards. I saw some really interesting comments. And let me see here. I've seen some other people here that where was it? Somebody said somebody worked in the government. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Vora Stinkless 5. You have some important information. Do you want to come up on the show and can you tell me before I bring you up, Vora, I think Voris Stinkless 5, I think this name is. Tell me what the information might be. Let's see here. And there was somebody else here. I'm looking at I'm going back on comments, folks, here. Okay. Jay wants to come on here. Jay, we'll bring you on in a little bit. Jay has something they want to show me. Peace be with you. I have questions. Peace be with you has questions. We'll probably get to that. Kit Kat says, well, I don't wish dark encounters for anyone. It's not a blessing. Kit Kat is absolutely correct. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. Somebody had some connections with government. Where was that person? We had somebody in here in connections. I'm going backwards on the comments. Peace be with you says someone showed them implants on x-rays. Okay, we're going to bring TikTok Let's Go. TikTok Let's Go is going to be my next guest if they're still here. TikTok Let's Go. Let's see what's going on here. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. Please tap, everybody. See, when you tap the screen, that brings up the likes. We want to get up to 100,000 likes. We're at 59.3. So I am multitasking a little bit here. We've had 6,600 people since before 11 o'clock that have been watching the show, even though it says 298. Since before 11 when we came on here, 6,600 people. We thank all those people. That's a lot of folks for stopping in for a few minutes or watching part of the show. Let's see here. So we are looking at comments related to people that want to be on the show. So Vora, don't be shy. As you heard my last guest, the guest before that, both of them had experiences that they shared for the first time. I'm a contactee, so don't be shy. You don't even have to come on camera. I think if you come on, Vora, you can come on. Oh, you only have 7 followers. Oh, we got to get Vora up to 50. So everybody follow Vora. I'm gonna actually pin her up on my screen here. Vora has only 7 followers. Let's get her up to 50. We can do that in a nanosecond. We have 290 people here. We need 50 people to follow Vora. And Vora, after you get 50 people, then I will invite you up and you can tell your story on audio level. No video, just audio. And don't be afraid. Please don't. We treat everybody pretty good on here. So we're going to get everybody to follow you. Peace be with you. Okay, who's that person? TV Tech. Taking a look to see what's happening here. We'll bring Jay up for a minute, and after Jay, we're going to try to get Vora. Vora needs 50 followers. We're bringing Jay up. Vora, we're going to have you on, hopefully have you get out of your shyness and bring you up here.
Hi.
Hey, good evening,
Hey,
good morning, good afternoon. How are you?
I want to show you something. I've got to get the Oh, sorry, my phone fell.
No problem.
Moana, let go. I'm coming. Give me a sec. Okay.
And everybody, you're watching Encounters. Jay, good evening, good afternoon out there in the Pacific.
Hello. Hi, fams. I got something amazing to show you. I went with
Okay.
Nanny yesterday. I don't know the name of the planet. I can't remember it. I look very tired because I just got back and I've woken up. Okay. This one here. This is the crystal that April was talking about. They use at their computer. They talk to it, and as they talk to it, it moves. Think of something. Like I'm going to think I want to go to the right side, and it moves across to the right side. I say I want to go to the left side, it goes across to the left side. And it changes when you turn it. And this is their crystal that they use at their pad.
And where did you get that crystal? Where'd you get that crystal?
On Nanny's ship.
Can you tell people? So, because we have a big audience here, can you give us a background who Nanny is and what ship we're talking about, and a little bit of background?
Nanny's on a ship from Mars, and they also do command work. And I've been to the Galactic Station. I've told you before. And Nanny took me to the station. We went all over Georgia. I went to Dina's and I sent Nanny's ships to Dina. You can ask her. Because after April left, unfortunately, there was still some reptilians left. So she was begging me. So I got Nan to go over and Nan got rid of them for her after you all left. There were just some hiding in the tubes, but I found them. So I do the same thing. I'm your third kind cousin by Mars. Now, here is a rock from Mars. Ready? How cool is this? Right. Look for Nanny, who's the space person there in the rock. Can you see her?
Well, I see the rock. I see a cutout in the rock.
That's her imprint, right? Now, when we turn it over, this is parts of the planets around where they're stationed, right? It's really cool. And then you'll see, if I turn it this way, sometimes it goes away and comes back. But there's one here where there's a mountain and the ship's coming out of it. I'm trying to find where that is. Maybe this one. It changes. Every time it turns, it changes. It's not the same. You can see it changes. See, Nanny's not there now. It's changed. Then you'll put it this way and it'll change again. Now there's the ship coming out of the mountains on this side, on the right side. How cool is that? And Nanny it's from Mars. Nanny gave it to me.
And that particular rock came from this one Nanny who went on a ship, and this is from Mars, the rock.
Absolutely, it's from Mars, from Nanny. And I told you I met, when I first went with Nanny, she introduced me to Jesus. He was at the ship, and he was in the cloth, and he was really cool. And they loved my singing, they loved the song Imagine, they loved your show, and they want me to come and... I got this a week ago. Well, I got this one a week ago. The blue one I told you I lost 2 months ago, so Nanny gave me another one. And I had to ask for permission before I could show this. And they said, yeah, we want you to go and show your Soul Seed fan. They want to show you. So that's why I brought it back, to show you all. This is from Mars. But this blue one is the one that controls the ships.
I've never seen a blue crystal like that.
You talk to it. As you talk to it, it moves. Say, for instance, I want to go to the right, or I want to go to the left, so I'll go to the left. Now I tell it I want to go to the right, and you'll see it go across to the right, and it'll change. There you go. It'll change. It's going across. Go to the right. How's that?
Now, is it going to the right, or are you just moving it to the right?
No, I'm not moving it. I'm not touching it. I'm telling it to go. It's just moving. And then you turn it over again. Because I'm not even changing hands. I'm just turning it to show you. And there's the control of like as if they've got their own keyboard in it. See?
Okay, so one person's saying that they're watching it and that they're saying that the inside of the crystal is moving.
Yes, it is. Inside's moving, not me. I'm telling it to move, it's moving. How cool is that? I can't muck around with it because this is controlled to a ship, but I'm only allowed to show it. I asked Nanny, could I just talk once or twice to move it, and she said yes. But this is what April was talking about. These are the crystals they use on the ship, and it's like their mouse, like our mouse.
Yeah, one person says, Kaz says, you see the white color moving to the right and left, Kaz says.
Yes, you can. How cool is it? What do you think, fam? How amazing is it? And that's if they're going to turn the ship that way. They'll turn it that way so the ship goes that way with it, or that way with it. But they move it like how we move a mouse. Now I'm turning it, but as I'm turning it, see how it's not going that L-E-F-T, I can't say the word, or R-I-G-H-T, it's not even doing that. But if I tell it to go across in my mind, R-I-G-H-T, how cool is that?
Yeah, it's definitely, for me, I'm just the host of the show, so I'm just letting you share that. But it looks like a lot of people who are watching seem to see what's happening. So
Oh, absolutely. I don't lie.
I'm reading. No, I know that. I'm reading the comments from my audience.
Yeah, they know me. They know I don't lie. But how cool is that? There's that's sort of like their computer on the right side. The left side, if you look, is where the ship is. And I'm controlling by talking, which I can't because I could be controlling a ship up there now. I don't want to do that. I just want to show the stone, the crystal.
Well, I've never seen a crystal like this. I can tell you.
You'll never see it. You'll never see
And
it.
if you saw my crystals, I have a lot of ET crystals in my meditation room for over 20 years. I've never seen anything like that.
You'll never see anything like it. I was asked to bring it. It's got to go back. But I was asked to bring it down and show you all. It's got to go back.
All right. Well, that's. I'm glad you. Obviously, people are. I'm getting a really positive response on that. So, I mean, obviously, a lot of people are really amazed by what they're looking at.
It's incredible. It's unbelievable.
Marlene says it's moving inside. She's watching it, and Marlene says in her comments,
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I've just got it still where I've got it. It's just going itself. I'm not doing a thing.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm not putting any ships out of their direction they're supposed to be going. Can we please go back? I'll say it in my mind. I'm saying.
Karen Morgan says, hey, Karen.
Now I'm saying L-E-F-T. You know the word. I'm not saying it loud. There you go. Now, I'm going to say R-I-G-H-T in my mind.
Marlene says she saw a red light move across it.
Oh, no. Did I interrupt with a ship? Oops. I'll be quiet. I'm just showing you this. I don't want to direct any ships the wrong way. But yeah, on the left side, family, is the ship. On the right side is the computer. And the crystal is their mouse. There you go.
Susie says, I see a life force in there, a life form, she says. I'm just reading comments from my viewers.
That's okay. That's okay. Oh, yeah, you mean in the middle on the right-hand side? That's someone sitting at the ship. Yeah, that's someone sitting there at the control.
And Lisa says, I'm surprised they let you take it, and she who must be obeyed. I don't see it. I guess I'm the only one. Cass says yes. Susie says yes. I don't see anything. Why can't I see it?
Oh yes, if you look on the right hand side, you'll see the person. There you go. There you go.
Love says, I see. She says, I see ships as have contact years ago, but wasn't positive. But I want positive contact. Paranormal Ghostbusters say I can see inside the crystal.
Yep.
Sarah says I see. Rabbi says I see.
Yep.
I see something inside. Bird Lover says.
Yeah, that's a space being at the ship right now.
Yes, and Sloan says, "See who must be obeyed." Me neither. So two people are not seeing anything. I'm just observing. I'm reading comments.
Can you see it, cousin? Can you see it?
I don't see it. I don't myself see anything, but that's just me.
On the right hand side, he's sitting on the right hand side.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, but that's just me. I could be just defocused.
Hang on, sorry, I dropped the phone. Maybe if I can bring him up closer. Hang on. You might be able to.
Finally gone, be free. I just wonder if it is a clear.
There you go. 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 There he is. Right there.
I see. Okay, let me tell you what I do see. Don't move it. Now, again, I'm not saying it's anything, or it is.
If you look on the right,
in the middle of the top part of the rim of the blue thing, like walking on a trail, I see what appears to be a darkish colored, like object or something, like vertical.
Oh, that's the ship going across in the sky on their computer.
Susan Marie says, I see a person.
On the right hand side, he's sitting there. You can see him.
Let me. On the end of the lower part of, let's say, going on the bottom end of the what I call like a hill. It's like someone wearing a white.
That's it. It could be that's it.
A white reflection of light.
He's at the control right there. Someone just saw him. Yeah, there he is there. Or her. We have commanders, men and women. Just there. Can you see now?
Rabbi says has his back towards us. I'm reading people's
comments. He does have his
here.
back towards you. Yes, he does, Rabbi. He does have his back towards us. Well done. Well spotted.
Zaina doesn't say anything, but that's okay, Zaina. I didn't say anything originally either. I really had to focus. Cheryl says, yes, I see it. Patricia says, I see it. I see it on the right-hand side, the humanoid shape, color white.
Power. Connect with your family. Use your power. Sense that you're seeing it, and you'll see it.
Now, Zaina says now she does see it. Okay.
Right. There he is in the corner.
Lori says, Lori's asking, is it a reflection?
No, there's no reflection. I got no reflection. Only me. There's no reflection.
Hot Granny says now she sees shadows in the background.
Now it's... Oh, hang on. They're on the other side now. Hang on. They've moved. They're walking. Can you see how they're walking? They're leaving.
I cannot see that. I can't see that. I see appears... Okay, the light reflection is when I see things that look to be reflection of light behind you. Is there like a window behind you or something?
No.
So I'm seeing light reflection. Is there like there's light coming behind you? Is there a window?
Oh, there's a window, but I'll go this way. So, hang on.
That window is giving me what we call light reflection.
There you go. There's no light now. There's no light near me.
Now I don't even see you because now the camera's off.
Oh, bless. Sorry. My bad. There you go.
Okay, that's without the light reflection. So in the middle, don't move it. Just keep it where it is. If you keep it where it is, I see still in the right side at the top what appears to be something like a figure or something.
That's it. That's him or her.
Like
I don't know who's at the command. I don't know who's at the command. This is the crystal to the Star Space Station, just off from Neptune and Mars. And that's his little box. See, it's like a computer.
Mm-hmm.
He's got things inside the computer. and he's
Christy
working.
Griffin says, "I see everything." Majority of people are
Oh
actually
wow!
seeing
Use your
stuff.
power. Yeah, use your power. This is where you have to connect with your seeds. Use your power. This is why I was brought back to give it to you, to show you.
Lisa says, "Oh my God, she sees it." Cheryl Brown, amazing. Moonbeams says, "It is a controller or a crystal you can view with." Is it? Oh,
Yes,
She's asking, is it a controller or a crystal you can view with? It's a question,
yes.
actually.
They use this to do the computer, but they think about. Oh, it's all changing again now. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh, it's all changing. Oh, oh, no, it's gone back to normal now.
That figure that I see is still staying in that one place, never moving. That figure is still right there,
Yeah,
consistently in the one spot.
see how he's got his hand near the computer if I move it.
I can't see that. I can just see that one on the right side of the upper part of that thing. It looks like a bridge or a walking area.
Yeah, yeah,
That
that's where they walk
the
across.
figure is
Yeah.
not moving whatsoever.
Actually, if you have a look, there's three moving.
Gina asked the spirit, says, Gina's saying it's light reflection.
No light reflection. I just moved away from the light. There's no light.
So Lisa Jean Pack says, I don't see it.
If you have a
Ashley says,
look
I
at the
see it.
bottom, right in the bottom family, right at the bottom, you're going to see it change where they're moving. They're walking.
I'm just looking at comments here.
Ooh, I'm getting in trouble. All right, okay.
You're getting in
All
trouble.
right, Nanny. I get that. I get. They're going off at me now. All right, okay. Enough. All right.
All right.
Anyway,
Well, I want to thank you.
I had to show you. And by the way, Commander's a third kind cousin, which means that he could be my cousin when we were 200 years old. But I'm the oldest, and it's funny. How old are you?
I don't have any age. When I came
No.
here, they told me I'm ageless.
Well, I know I'm the same. I don't have an age, but
I don't use. I don't. I never use age.
To Earth, I'm 57. But Nanny, when she was joking with me one time a couple of months ago, she goes, "Well, you'd know about it being over 500 years old." I went, "What?" And then she goes, "Oh, I never said that." She goes, "But make sure that your third kind cousin sees the stone," and that's you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I've never seen any crystal like that before, I can tell
You'll
you.
never ever see it again.
Yeah, I know I won't.
I've just got to be careful now that the government isn't watching and they didn't see what I showed you.
Oh, let's just say so. We are protected. The Astro
I
Command.
hope we're protected, cuz I really do.
Our program one night was months and months and months ago. The government tried to monitor my
Oh, bless
program.
you. Welcome.
And the Astro Command jammed them, and they took care
Love
of it.
you all.
This show is well protected by the command, so nothing to worry about.
All right. Well, I know my command look after me, but showing the crystal, I might have done it a bit too long because Nan just went off at me.
All right. Well, you're all right. Everything's protected. You're protected.
Thank you,
the whole
River.
show's protected.
Bless. I'm glad I could show you, cuz. Not a problem.
All right.
All right,
Jenny. Thank you.
I'm going out.
Well,
Can you take me down? Beam me down. Not
beam you down. I just beamed her down. So this is a kind of program where anything can happen and usually does. Kit Kat, thank you. Oh, Kit Kat sent Jay a gift. Thank you for sending Jay that gift. So if you support the show, we're at almost 100,000 at 12:39 a.m. in the morning. If you support the kind of program I do here, then give me, show me some love. I appreciate all the gifts so far. I mean, tonight's been amazing. If you don't have any gifts, you can't do any gifts. You're an amazing person anyway, even if you can't do any gifts or you're limited on funds to do gifts. Just being here is very much more important than whether you give a gift or not. Watching the show, sharing your stories, that's the most important part. But for those that have the abundance in TikTok coins, if you want to gift me, please do that. Actually, I completed a goal. I have to set a new goal up here. So we're going to try to make it a goal that everybody can get involved with. And let's set up the new goal now for our viewers. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. And we're going to do this right now. Let me see here. Let's set up a new gift. I think we're going to go with the baseball cap for some reason. We're going to switch it over to the baseball cap. So we have 8 caps, 8 baseball TikTok caps available, and I'm pinning it. And so we're going to hopefully get 8 as we continue on our journey here. Sonia, thank you for the heart me. River Blues, thank you for the hat. I appreciate it. Yaya Spirits, thank you for the hat. RN Nurse, thank you for the hat. Brianna, thank you for the hat. We appreciate you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much, RN Nurse, for the cap. Let's see who else is good. Yaya Spirits. Boy, thank you, Yaya Spirits. You're amazing. Beanie, Yaya. Boy almighty. I think we're going to hit the goal here before it's even. Thank you for the hat. You folks are amazing. Sandra, thank you for the hat. Yaya Spirit, thank you. Who else gave me that? Yaya Spirit, thank you. Kit Kat, thank you. Thank you, Kit Kat. You're amazing out there in Long Island. You know that. And she's one of our 5 that are going on the ship. Thank you. Thank you very much for the caps. I appreciate that. Yaya Spirit, thank you. Boy, Yaya Spirit likes baseball caps. Thank you. I think I just completed my goal, and I'm like, what the heck did I just do? We're going to set up a new goal, and we want to do some more interviews too. I'm like really, really psyched to interview more people. And we'll have the caps available. We're going to put down 10 caps. 10 caps will be available this time instead of only 8. And I'm just going to put 10. 10's a good number. I like the number 10. And we'll pin that. So I want to continue. This is, let me just pin this here. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. Thank you very much for the baseball caps. RN Nurse, Susan Murray, thank you for the cap. I'll have to do Jay. Hey, Jay, thank you. River Blues, thank you. Karen Morgan, thank you so much. You guys are making me smile here. Thank you so much. Thank you. River Blues, thank you. Let's see, who gave me that other one? I'm trying to read. Yaya Spirits, let's see. Thank you so much, Carol. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be saying thank you all night here, it seems. Thank you. Thank you, Yaya Spirits. Thank you, Susan Murray. Thank you for the cap. Thank you. You guys are a blessing. We love you. Thank you very much. We thank you. And we're going to do some more interviews. I guarantee it, folks. Yaya Spirit, thank you for the cap. Thank you. All right, let's see if we can do some more interviews. I know there's a lot of great folks here. And so I'm interested in people who have never been on here. Don't be shy. Thank you, River Blue. Thank you for the cap so much. Thank you. As you've heard my interviews tonight, they've been amazing people. And don't be shy. I mean, if you're kind of nervous and shy, I'm not going to bite. If you watch my interviews, I treat everybody really good here. I'm a professional talk show host on radio for 21 years on NPR Pacifica Radio, WESUFM.org every Sunday morning. My Ashtar Command radio show called The Cosmic Eye. And then on my show here, which is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. You know why? Because it's the kind of person that's doing the interviews, which is me. So we'd like to hear your stories. If you've been having visitations with space people, if you had abduction experiences that were not good, I will help you if you've been through those experiences. I've helped other people that had terrible experiences with abductions. And after the show, they've been totally different than when they started with me. If you see fairies, mer people, Bigfoots, anything in the cosmic galactic area, we'd love to hear your story. If you have disclosure information and you have somebody in your family with top security clearance or cosmic security clearance, don't be afraid to come on here and share some disclosure information. We'd like to hear that. We definitely want to hear those stories. So to get on the show, you need to give me a comment or two about who you are, what you want to talk about. You have to be over 18, no cursing, no foul language, no kids on the show, no smoking, no drugs, no drinking, and no paranormal discussion. That's definitely out. So now that you know the parameters of what we do here, okay, so I'm going to get Vora on here. Vora has 44 followers. He or she needs 50. So we need to get them up a couple more. I want to get Vora in here. I'm pinning the comment. They need a couple more people. There are 44 followers, so can everybody follow Vora? And we're going to bring them up with the important information that they have. And that's what I've been doing. Like a lot of people are that close, I'll get them on to the minimum they need to get on audio, and I'll bring them up as a guest. So let me see here if I can get them on here. So everybody follow Voris Tinkas, I think it is. I'm probably botching the name up here, but let's see. Let's see where they are. Nope, they're at 55. Huh, that's interesting. So for them, they're at 55, and I can't bring them on live. So Vora, press the guest request button on my thing here, the multi-option thing. Press the guest request button. Let me see if I can get you up here. That's weird. Usually at 50, I can bring them up. So you'll see the multi-guest option at the bottom of your screen. Try pressing that and see if I can bring you up. And maybe we'll get, now, if they're not able to get on at 50, let's get another 50 people to follow them. So Vora, refresh your page. What you need to do is come back on Vora, refresh your page, your TikTok page. Okay. Yeah, so go out of my live and come back in. Go out of the live and come back in and say hello, and I think you'll be able to come on live here. Yeah, just go out of the program for a minute on your TikTok, disconnect from the show and come back in, and then say I'm back. So we're going to try to get Vora on here. I think we can. Welcome everybody to the show. This is a late night show. And so Red One did that and it worked. So I think when you go out for come back in to the TikTok on the show, and I'll be able to get you on here, I'm pretty sure. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Welcome everybody, all the new people. I'm grateful you're here. You found the best show here on TikTok, and we deal with the spiritual UFO area. We deal with interviewing people, and it's just, we also share information about a lot of things. Monica N. Hey, good to see you, Monica. Good to have you with us on Encounters. I'm glad you found us. River Blue, thank you for the cap. We appreciate that very much. And when Vera comes back, I'm going to try to get them on here. Oh, here's an interesting person. User 774. I was contacted when I was a kid in Stropthorpe, England in the 80s. Stuff Tough? Yes, absolutely. I think we're going to be doing that pretty soon. User 774, you need to set your setting on your TikTok to public so we can get people to follow you. User 774 says, let me just put them up here on a pin. I was contacted when I was a kid in Southrop, England in the 1980s. Everybody follow that person. Here we go. We couldn't try Vora. Let's see here. Nope, it says you are at 59. Let's get Vora up to 100. I don't know what it is with TikTok, but I'm guessing if we get you over 100, we'll be able to get you on here. It's really strange. So they have 59 followers. We need another 50 people. Can I get another 50 people to follow Vora? Let's see here. We're going to do this, folks. We're going to definitely do this. So Vora's back. I need 50 people to follow them right now. I need 50 people not following this person within 53 seconds to follow them. I need everybody to follow that person right now. And I think at 100, over 100, I'll be able to get them on. Now, I know that TikTok, some people at 50 can come on live. It's really strange. And then some people have to get to 100. So we're going to see what happens. So at 100 followers, I'm going to try to get you on here. Everybody please follow Voris Tin Costs 5. They're at 25 seconds. We'll keep them up there. And we're going to try to get them up. Let me see where they are right now. They're at 71 followers, folks. We're almost there. Let's see if over 100, if we can get them on live. They have 71 followers. Everybody keep following Voris Tin Costs 5. Okay? Let me see. They're at 73. Let's get it up, folks. We have 200 and almost 300 people here. We need to get everybody to follow this person so I can get them on the show. That's how we do it here. Let's just do this. I'm pinning the comment so you can find out who it is. The pinned comment, follow the person in the pinned comment. Every single person here, you just follow them right now. I want to get them over 100 in a few minutes so I can bring them on the show here on Encounters. Let me see where they are. I'm counting on every one of my studio audience to do this. They're at 78. We're getting up to 80. We need to get to 100. Let's try to get over 100 and see what happens. And then if there's a problem, then I don't know what to do. But we'll try to get them on here. I'm pinning them up here so you know if you're wondering who the person is, this person right here has a real story to tell, but we need to get them up to 100. And here's another person. Alicia says, the other day I got abducted and they took a sample of one of my moles. That's interesting. So Alicia says she had been abducted just the other day. Karen says they got 80, so we need to get them up to another 20. Cass, thank you for the hand heart. Let's see. Tech Nick Strobe. We're going to follow you. Tech Nick Strobe, don't go anywhere. I'd like to talk to you about your sighting. Tech Nick Strobe says, yeah, I'm going to reset my goals. Thank you. Yeah, 774, do I understand how star seeds are important? Yes. And in terms of user 774, CIA is not messing with us. They might be messing with some people, but that has to be on an individual basis. I can tell you right now that the CIA is not messing around with this show or anything or people that I know of. Do you understand how star seeds are important? Yes. How do you follow people? You just definitely go on their profile. Now, here's a person that has 0 followers, no followers whatsoever, 2 following, 0 followers, and the computer says on TikTok, I can bring that person up, Steve H. How's that work? I don't get it. Let's see here. Just press on the person's profile. Hey, Deborah, good to see you. Good to see you there. Oh, interesting. Asia K says, when are you going to unalive us all? What do you mean unalive us all? You're talking about TikTok? Is that what you're talking about, Asia? If you're talking about TikTok, nothing's going to happen. We're going to be live here forever. Okay, let's see here. It still says they're at 82. Folks, we need to get them up to 100. Can we get another 20 people right now to follow this person? I need 20 people at 350 to follow the person I have pinned here. If you've not followed them, say that you're following them. I need 50 people to volunteer to follow Voros Tinklas. I need 50 people right now to do that. 50 viewers to do that. They got a really important story to tell, and I want to hear it. And I know you'll want to hear it, but we can only hear it if we can get them on live. It could be. I'll keep track of Aurora and see where they are. They're at 96. We're almost there, folks. Let's get up to 100. Over 100. We 6. Let's get another 6 or 7 people to follow them. 6 or 7 more people. Oh no, we don't. Hey, look, we're here to help you out. So they're still at 96. I'm pinning them. So if you're wondering who they are, this is the person pinned. and we're going to find out what their story is. And Vora wants to tell us something. We're at 98 followers. We need a couple more people. I'm almost got them over 100. And if anybody can do it on this show, the commander can, as host of the program. They're at 99 followers. We need to get them over 100. I want to test the technical aspects. TikTok is so weird. I wanted to see if this is going to work. Now, if they're over 100 and I still can't bring them up, then there's something going on with TikTok. Okay, they have 100 followers, and unfortunately, I don't know what it is. You might want to check your setting, but I can't bring you on live. Let me see if I can try doing this here. Hold on a minute. It will not let me bring you on live. I'm not sure why that is, but it will not let me do it. I'm really bummed out about that. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, check your settings. What you need to do is check your settings on your TikTok. You might have to check your settings and set it differently. You are able to be followed, but I would check your settings. I'll tell you what, Laura, go to my guest request there, the multi-guest option. I want you to go to the bottom of the right of the screen. You'll see a host thing and multi-guest colored thing. Press the multi-guest option. I want to see if I can bring you up. Press the request button on the multi-guest option on my TikTok. I'm going to try to bring you up. I want to see if that works. You'll see two little figures. One's blue and one's kind of like pinkish red. Try doing that. It might be a private account. That's right. And if we don't get you up somehow tonight, we're going to figure out how to get you up at least some night. Because I know you have something to share here. While we're waiting for that to happen now, if anyone else would like to share a story, you can. If you want to tell us the story in writing, Vora, please type it, and I'll respond to the story. Just type it for now until we can figure out why we can't get you up there on the show. We'll definitely be interested. I'm going to bring up Tech for the moment. Tech, you're going to be my guest on here now. Hopefully you can come up. And Vora, you can definitely share it on a typing level. Tech, welcome to Encounters. Welcome. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening.
And what's your first name?
It's Omar.
Omar, nice to meet you, Omar. And whereabouts are you around the planet?
I'm in Texas.
Texas. Okay, you're our second guest in Texas. And give us some background as to what you've been seeing and documenting in terms of the whole UFO thing.
Well, I've seen a couple of UFOs in my life. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record those, but recently on June 14th, it was about 8:20 p.m. I was outside. I had just got to my dad's house, and I was sipping on my beverage in my car, and I look up towards the southwest, like I'm right by the Mexican border, so it's really close, and I see this black disc just floating and moving in a very steady and perfect manner. It was probably going to the west direction, and it was a ring, like a donut, because when it did like a sideways flip, like extremely perfect, like in a way I've never seen any kind of Air Force jet or any plane, I've seen on YouTube or in the sky do, and then it just started like hovering and getting lower. And my dad saw it too, because I called him over quick, and it just vanished right there, right in front of our face, like in thin air. Like, I don't know if it like left in light speed towards the south or it just disappeared right there in camouflage. And I have the footage here in my TikTok.
I would like to see the footage. And the other thing is, how long did the sighting last when it happened?
So I would say about a minute or 2 minutes.
A minute or 2 minutes, okay. Wow. And can you describe, and so when you saw it, whenever I hear stories like this, I'm fascinated. So when that sighting happened, you called your dad out. Did you feel like you're the one that was only coming, was it coming towards you? Was it like when you were out there, did you feel like you were being monitored, like it was coming toward you? I always want to get some indication of whether it was random, just randomly you happen to be out there and there's this, thing, or was there something else going on?
Well, I'll tell you, it definitely was random that I saw it because I was not intending to look for any UFOs. And I just happened to get a drink at a drive-through, and I came back to my dad's. And coincidentally, I was gonna go back because I wanted to return the drink, but I decided, you know what, I'll just stay. And if I would have probably gone to return it, I would have probably missed it. So
Yeah.
I parked, and the city I'm in, it's in Mission, Texas.
Okay.
And
And and you say you have it on your TikTok page?
yes, I do.
What is your TikTok page?
It's my name, like the same one right here.
Okay. Very good. So people should check that out, and I definitely will because I want to see what it looks like. And it's good that you were able to document it because otherwise you would have, if you hadn't thought about, this thing. I mean, you didn't plan on it; it just happened. You can never plan these things, When a UFO or a spaceship appears, it's like, okay, now what am I going to do? I went to go to a restaurant or whatever. Now I'm video recording something very strange, right?
Yeah, and I also wanted to mention, so of course I was going to be skeptical, and I tried to look up, drones that were shaped like that and
Yeah.
other stuff, and I could not find a single. I mean, I don't even know how it's possible to have an engine in a hollow ring.
Yeah.
And the way it moved, it almost looked like computer graphics in the sky, like a 3D render. That's how perfect it looked. Like it was so symmetrical in how it moved. It was like impossible. And
Yeah.
then I started looking up on Google and YouTube and of course TikTok has any donut ring shaped UFO, and there is a few other people that have posted it, and it was the exact same thing that I saw.
You know what? And I've actually researched donut type spaceships, and they are out there. And I saw when I posted on my main page last year, the thing was moving like a donut. It was definitely a ring type object, spaceship, and it was doing really weird maneuvers. And they are out there. There's different types of spaceships. Some are donuts, but they look like a ring, so to speak. That would be what you were basically saying is a ring type craft, correct?
Yeah, it was like a perfect ring. Like, and this is the thing I was thinking, like, how big was it? Was it really far, but it was really huge? Or was it like close, but it was just like
Yeah.
maybe medium size? Like, I can't tell because, like the border's right there. For all I know, I could be seeing it over Mexico, but it's really big. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I got you. I got you. Well, I'm definitely going to check out your page, and I'm definitely look. Everyone's saying the video that you have is really cool, and I want to definitely look at that. Actually, message me on TikTok the link, and when I'm off the air, I'll go to the page and take time to look at it too.
Okay, sounds good. And also once you look at it, I want you to look up donut ring UFO, and you'll see that there's articles, that other people have seen, and you'll see that it's exactly what I saw. It's like this black, perfect ring.
Wow, I can't wait
Yeah,
to see this.
yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for being here to share that report. And when did that happen? What year was it? And
This
about what
year, it
time of
just
the year?
happened a few days ago, June
A
14th,
few June 14th.
eight
Wow.
at 8:20 p.m. Between 8:19 and 8:22 p.m. All that happened.
Oh, wow. Very interesting. I'm definitely
Yes.
going to look at that for sure. And I appreciate your coming forward with that. That's what the show's about. And I hope you'll be watching the show regularly. We're on at 11 o'clock nightly. Although I did take the last night off once in a while because I do so much stuff here. I sometimes have to take a night off just to regenerate, which is normal. So, but I want to thank you for being here tonight.
I appreciate you having me because it's very hard to talk about these things with people because they shoot me down really quick. They're always saying that I'm crazy or I'm lying or it's just like a pull float or a balloon.
Yeah, those people don't know because
They,
right
they
now, 30 years later, if it was 30 years ago, then maybe that those kinds of people would be the majority. 30 years later, the majority of the planet, even if they've never seen anything, more is coming out all over the world. You can't hide it. There's things going on. More people are more supportive in this program here, my show. Almost everybody here will be supportive of what you're talking about. You're not crazy. If anything, the people that don't believe, they're the crazy people, not you.
I really appreciate you having me on the show. I really do, and I appreciate everybody here, listening to me because it was kind of shocking for me to see that kind of design. I've seen UFOs, but this one was different than the one I've seen in the past. It's like it's hollow on the inside. You know what I mean?
Wow. See, I love those kind of spaceships, the ones that are ring type, and I've seen multicolored ones
Yeah.
documented over the last 20, 30 years. So they do exist. Where they come from, wherever they come from beyond Earth, who knows? But they're very interesting. type of ships.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. I appreciate you coming on here.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, I could talk about the other ones, but I don't want to take your time because I don't have any footage of the other ones. So, but yeah, I appreciate it, man.
No, you're always welcome back to talk about more of your sightings, whether you've recorded them or not. You're always welcome here on the show if you want to share more. We appreciate that too.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it.
All right, I take care of Tech, and again,
Likewise.
give me your first name again.
It's Omar.
Omar. Okay, Omar. Thanks for Omar for coming there. I'm going to check out your page, and that was Omar, folks. A few days ago, ring type spaceship UFO sighted, and he got to record it. Amazing. Thank you, Omar. Thank you. And we're at 90,000.5. Let's see here. Do I have to set up new goals here? Yeah, I guess I do. So I'm going to set up some really amazing goals here. I try to keep my goals reasonable so people can do something. So now I'm going to go to a different kind of goal. Hopefully it's not too bad, too crazy. I've not done this one. I'm going to do 10 of these. I'm going to change it up here. I know sometimes people like me to change up my goals. I just changed the goals, 10 of those armor helmet thingies, whatever they are. So welcome to the show if you're just joining us. This is Encounters. We've had some phenomenal guests on so far. And let me see, there's someone else coming up here. Karen, thank you for the armor hat. We appreciate it. Let's see, we have, I think it's, okay, we'll bring this person up. And thank you there, Kaz, for the helmet. We thank you so much for your gifts. Mike Master, thank you. Hey, Star Girl, how are you?
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to
And
be.
whereabouts are you, Star Girl?
I'm sorry?
Whereabouts are you on the planet?
Oh, I'm in Newark.
Newark, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, welcome to the show. And what's your first name?
Khadija.
Khadija. Welcome, Khadija. Well, I'm the talk show host of the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. And can you give us some background? Because I know you probably have some very interesting things to share with our audience tonight.
As far as like UFO experience and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
I know you have something you want. That's why you came on as a guest. What did you want to
Yes.
share with us?
I saw a UFO about 4 years ago. 4 years ago
Mm-hmm.
in Atlantic City.
Atlantic City.
Yeah, of all places. I even
Really? I know.
but okay, so it happened at a time when I was like meditating every single day for like, I don't know, hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't like, I was vibrating like at a high level. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like vegan and, into this lifestyle where I was trying to like, I'm not particularly religious. Like, I don't believe in one religion. I believe in like taking things from all of the religions and trying to, you know, do my best with that. So I was
Yeah.
on this path of trying to be holy and path of enlightenment. And one day I was coming from my apartment and I wanted to go to the store. It was at night.
Mm-hmm.
So I on my way back from the store, it was only like a block away from my apartment building, and it was not far off from anybody who's ever been to Atlantic City. They know all the casinos on one side of the
Right.
street by the beach.
I've been there too, so I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's all, they call it the strip. It's all the casinos one block and then the beach is the next block. I was one block in between, after that block, in between those blocks. So I went to the store and I came back, and on my way back, I wasn't really thinking about nothing, because when you're meditating every day like that, you teach yourself to have no thoughts.
Yeah.
And when you have no thoughts, that's when you can like receive like messages, downloads, visions. You get
Yeah.
spiritual dreams.
Absolutely true.
Yeah, it's just like a whole nother level. So I was walking on my way back to the apartment, and also when you meditate like that, your inside voice is louder. Like, the voice that tells you, um, basically to be a better person. When you don't know what to do and you sit in silence, the voice will tell you, no, do this. And it's always like the most holy thing you could do in that moment.
Yeah.
So I'm on my way back to the apartment, and something said, look up. And I looked up, and it was dark. It was dark. It was nighttime. And I saw a freaking UFO, but it wasn't like some stereotypical thing where it's like a saucer or like
Right.
a perfect circle and nothing like that. It was kind of like an in between of those two shapes.
Yeah.
You remember those old school alarm clocks that was like red? The digital alarm clocks, the old school ones?
Yeah. I do remember those.
Yeah. It was that color red. And
Wow.
yeah, it was that color red. And I remember I got the feeling that it was scanning for something. And I also got the
Ah,
feeling,
yes.
yes.
How big was the object that you were looking at?
Okay. All right. It's kind of hard to. I could tell it was far in the distance,
Oh, okay.
but can't
Would you
really.
say if it was like right in front of you up in the air,
No, it
like
wasn't
it'd be
that close. Not like
no, but
directly in
if
front of
it
me.
was, would it be as big if it was? Like I'm not trying to suggest it, but could it be possibly if it was really close that it would be bigger than a tractor trailer truck or a car or
Oh,
what do you
way
think?
bigger than that.
Way bigger?
Yeah, like
Okay.
okay. I don't know if anybody remembers these. Okay, so it was above, like high above the casino buildings in the distance,
Wow.
but I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it, how big it was. It wasn't small, but and the way it moved, like my eyes couldn't keep up with it. Like
Wow.
I had to turn my head to try to follow it. Like every time it moved.
So was it like zigzagging or what was it doing?
It was like going back and forth. Actually, it was like a
Yeah.
zigzag back and forth, but it wasn't like um a typical Z or anything like that. But it
Right.
was going back and forth to the right and to the left.
And is this when you were in Atlantic City?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I remember feeling like when I was staring at it, I remember feeling like it could understand me. Like that it could talk to me telepathically.
Well, the ship wouldn't be able to do that, but the intelligence inside the ship would be able to communicate with you.
Yeah. I know it was something that, and you know what was the craziest thing? I wasn't afraid. I wasn't afraid. Like, I guess because I was like so used to teaching myself to block away negative thoughts with the meditation.
Yeah.
I just didn't get a sense of like fear.
Yeah. Why would you? If you don't have fear, that's really important.
Yeah. And
Wow,
then
that's interesting. Go
and I
ahead.
remember when I attempted to have a thought, that's when it disappeared. But it it was moving so fast. I don't even know what direction it disappeared into because I couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah.
And then and when it happened, I was looking around on the streets because I was like, somebody had to see that. Someone
Right.
had to see that.
You're thinking you saw it. So where's all these other people that you had to see this, right? You're thinking, I know I've had that experience where I saw the spaceship. I'm saying there's got to be some other people here that are seeing what I'm seeing, right?
Yes. And I was looking, and it was, it was Atlantic City. It was no one around, and I was like, "Oh man, people are gonna think I'm crazy," like because
Well, with Atlantic City, when I was there, if you look, there's the pier, and then if it's clear on a clear dark night, forgetting the pier and all the the hotels and the storefronts, you look straight at the ocean. It's pure darkness, and if there's a spaceship out there coming out of the ocean or whatever, that is a great place to look for spaceships if you're tuned in to the space people, I'm sure those ships can just appear at a nanosecond over the ocean. That's a great place in Atlantic City. Like, I was trying to sense the energy over the ocean, and it's really clear to me that that's places like that. When you got that big of an ocean facing the landmass, there's all the possibilities. If you know what you're doing, you could have interactive contact with space people.
Yeah.
And that can happen anywhere. But beyond Atlantic City, there's a certain energy in the Atlantic Ocean in that area that I think there's a lot of activity out there over the ocean that people don't know about.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting. Very interesting.
When I was like so excited and to tell someone, and I went up to my apartment, and my ex, I was talking to him. I was like, "Oh my God, you're not gonna believe what I just saw," and I was all like animated and excited and just like trying to describe everything. And he was looking at me. I remember
Right.
I remember I got angry because I felt like, do you not understand how big of a deal this is? And he was just so relaxed about it,
Yeah.
so like wasn't moved about it. And I was like, man, I'm talking to the wrong person or something, because I know I'm not crazy. And
Yeah.
and it was so fast. It wasn't even 10 seconds. The whole thing
Yeah.
was about like 8 seconds.
And that was it. 8 seconds,
That was
bam, it was
it.
gone, right?
And then and I don't even know what direction it went in.
Yeah. No, I got you. Amazing. Amazing. Well, I'll
Mhm.
tell you, Star Girl, I want to thank you for being here to share that story.
Oh,
There's so much going out there, and it's good to have people coming forward here on Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show, to share those experiences, because it just documents more and more that there are people all over the world that are seeing spaceships and are having encounters. And without, I think that's my experience has been when I was a kid. I saw the spaceship in the cul-de-sac, and I saw men, women, and children in light blue spacesuits. And that was the only time I had a visual experience of that nature when I was a kid in the 60s. So since then, I've not, at least I don't remember, having those visual experiences like other people might call, or remember as a contactee or what have you. I've not, have any experiences now, but I'm pretty sure I will soon in the future.
before I go, I just want to say one thing I forgot to say.
Oh, good.
The reason why I think I saw it because when you begin to meditate and you raise your vibrations like really high, you're really energy sensitive. Like at that point, I was so energy sensitive, I couldn't even watch television because I felt like the influence was too great. And it was like sometimes, I don't know if this makes sense, but like emotionally painful to watch stuff. Like
Oh, wow.
and when I would be around people, I couldn't be around them too long because the energy that they would give off, it was too hard to feel.
Yeah.
And I think that people who vibrate at, I'm not there now because like it's hard to stay there if you don't like cling to it and decide that you just want to be there and no one else. You can fall and from that energy. But I think people who vibrate at a certain frequency can see past certain veils. And I
Wow. I
believe,
think I think that's true too.
yeah, and I think that's the only reason I saw it, because that's the only time in my life where I've ever seen anything like that, and I was awake.
Yeah. Well, I think you'll see more of those things. I think that, I always tell people get into like a 30-minute meditation. And if you do that and just focus on the galactic cosmic area of meditation, you could rekindle the ability to connect with your star family, because everybody here who's doing this, you do have star family. You just don't know what that, and maybe you don't know what a star family is, but everybody beyond having a human family, you have a star family that is a family that is not from this earth, that is like beyond this earth, right? So I think all you have to do is just focus, meditate, get reconnected. And if you do that, find it can be a quiet beach at night or during the day or wherever, where it's away from the population, you can reconnect to that level of consciousness.
The thing about reconnecting, you have to literally forsake the world. You have to not agree with how people think just because you want to have a connection with them. And it's like it gets lonely because you just, I remember feeling like I just want to be understood. I just want to talk to people who are going through the same thing I'm going through. I want to be able to talk to people about my dream visions and not be made to feel like there's something wrong with me or I'm crazy. And it
Yeah.
can get lonely because there are not a lot of people who are around all of us who are like want to be on the path to enlightenment, you know?
But the
So
good news is you're on this show. There are people in New Jersey that are watching this, and if you connect with those folks here, you'll find that there's a lot of people now than 30 years ago. 30 years later, the reason why I chose here is because people are accepting of these realities. Many people have had sightings on this show. Many people are having encounters with space people. It's pretty amazing what's going on. It's a lot of stuff going on.
I'm just glad that I happened to come across your platform because I didn't even know you existed. And once I saw people not afraid to tell their experiences, I was like, man, you know, it's so hard to hold on to these experiences and you tell people about it and they don't understand because they never went through it and they feel
Right.
like because they didn't go through it, you can't go through it because who are you and
Right.
they're
That's
this, you
that's
know?
that's right. They're like, okay, so you went. So five people said to you, "Oh yeah, I'm your friend, but you went through that experience. I don't believe you went through that experience. There's no way you could possibly go through the experience." So you know what I say to people like that? It's too bad, if you only had the experience. And that my whole thing is, I don't care what you think. Thank God, like I said, the population of Earth is more accepting of the fact that these stories are real. There's always that minority group of 5 or 6 people that I think they're more afraid of the truth than they are of not believing. It's much easier for them to just try to go back in their normal lives instead of having it shattered up. I think a lot of it has to do with the way their belief systems are.
You're right. And you know what? And the the funniest thing about all of this is every human being on earth is capable of this, but so many people are afraid to literally step into their power because you won't be able to go to the family functions without being highly disturbed. You know, you
Right.
won't be able to just hang around your friends that you know for over 20 years
That's
because
right.
they're like seeped in darkness at that point. So it's
Hmm.
just like when you choose to forsake the world, you really got to make your mind up and stick to your guns because it can get really lonely.
I agree with you. But you know what? Now you're not alone anymore. We're going to change that conscious narrative in your
Thank
head.
you.
Throw that out the window. Say to yourself, I want you to do this one thing for me. I am no longer alone.
Okay. Oh,
I
I'm
want
sorry.
you to say,
I am
I
no
want you to
longer
close
alone.
your So close your eyes. Say, I'm no longer alone.
I'm no longer alone.
I got plenty of friends here on Encounters,
I have plenty of friends here on Encounters.
and you're never going to be alone ever, ever again.
I'm never going to be alone ever again.
There you go. That's simple. See?
Thank you. Thank you,
And I'm glad you
everybody.
found my show. I'm on at 11 o'clock normally, and I took last night off. Once in a while, if you don't see me on, it's because I have to regenerate, take a break from doing what I do here, and just regenerate. So we appreciate you very much,
And I have
Stargirl.
plenty
And
of stories. So I have
we
plenty of,
want to,
not now though, because other people need to speak. But
right.
in the future, I would love to share more.
Absolutely. You're welcome to come back anytime. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, all.
All right, everybody. Stargirl, give her a round of applause here for coming on for the first time. And she is a new viewer who found my show. There you go. There you go. So we're still here. It's almost 1:30 in the morning. I might take one more interview. It is getting late. We started at 10:45 p.m. I appreciate all the gifts, everybody. I do appreciate it. Become a subscriber too if you haven't subscribed. I got 3 of those helmets. I have 7 left of those helmets from that time period. Yeah, she definitely did cosplay. She rocked it. Flo says, I'm new. I just found your live stream. Welcome, Flo. This is Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. And give me a second here. I shall be right back as you look at my screen with the spaceships. I don't have any musical interludes while I'm not at the camera. So we're back here. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. I'm also host of the Sunday morning show on NPR Pacifica Radio on WESUFM.org every Sunday. That is my show called Astro Command Radio, also known as The Cosmic Light. Patricia says, I had a light beam encounter more than once. Patricia says she had a light beam encounter. Patricia says she had a light beam encounter more than once. Interesting. Thank you for the helmet. We appreciate it. Lee Gary says, I saw a UFO, Lee Gray. Patricia, this is a very interesting story. I'm randomly selecting people, so don't take it personally, everybody. Patricia, welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening.
Oh.
Thank you.
And welcome. Where are you
Yes,
located?
sir. In Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, welcome to the show. Your comment caught my attention,
thank
so
you
you
so
want to give
much.
give us some background of how this all happened.
Okay, well, I've had things like that, since I was a child happening, but mostly when me and my family would go to Mexico, we would go for vacation or whatnot. I'd always have in the western part of us, it would be light. It would be just one light that would guide us all the way until we made it to where our destiny went, where we was going. And then it would just like tower over us until we decided to come back through all our vacation, like if we were there a week or 2 weeks or whatnot. And then it would come and it would stay with us until we got back. And then also that was like all the time, whenever we went out of town.
Yeah.
And then about 4 years ago, me and my children, I had my grandchildren and my daughter, and a friend of ours, we had went and dropped him off at, it was by Four Corners, but it was real close to, I'm not familiar with New Mexico, really, not that great, but it was next to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
It was some kind of a place that he had to meet people or something. Anyway, we dropped him off and it was at night. And I didn't feel comfortable staying there. So we all just decided, let's just go. Let's go get to the highway, to I-40, and come back home. So where was that? Don't ask me how we got to where we went, but we went way up in the mountains. And then I'd say 30 minutes in or so, there was construction. And the road was so narrow. I mean, it was really scary, yeah. So I was tired. My daughter, she couldn't see well because she didn't have her glasses. But she says, Mom, just let me drive and get us halfway out of here, somewhere we can maybe stop somewhere. But it was so dark we didn't know where we was going, honestly. And I had my grandkids. I had my granddaughter, the youngest grandson was asleep in the back, and my other son, my youngest son, and my other grandson was in the middle, and then it was me and then my daughter. Now, mind you, the kids seen it too. They're not a bit scared. They'll tell you the experience they had. They were real comfortable with that.
They were excited, right?
Yes,
the kids
they
were
did.
excited.
Yeah. Well, they felt safe. There was that when the light came to me, it came to me on my side, and it started beaming, and it went right across the front windshield, and then it went over, and it looked like it was looking at my daughter. Giving her, supporting her.
So, Patricia, was the beam coming from an invisible spaceship, do you think?
No, it was a ball. It was a beam of light. Just a round
beam of
light.
light.
Right, like a ball of light. I'm sorry, like a ball of light.
How big was the ball of light?
Yes.
Was it bigger than a car?
Mm, no, it was small. It was
No.
like a baseball type.
Like a
Yeah,
baseball.
baseball. Probably.
So the
Well, it
beam
might have
was
been bigger
coming.
than that. It might have been bigger.
Wait, so this beam came out of this
Go ahead.
baseball, a little bit bigger than baseball size. Like this beam was going towards you and towards your children, correct?
Right. It was right around going around the
Mhm.
car. Yes, sir.
Did
And
the
it was
ball of
going and it
light?
was stopped. Like I said, with my daughter.
Yeah. Did the ball of light come from way up in the sky, like out of nowhere?
Yes, it did. It came like it just came to me on my side first. It just like
Yeah.
came there, like it just was there. I don't know. I didn't see where it came from. It was just there.
No.
It
So
just
what I'm,
came. And
yeah.
then
So I'm yeah. Go ahead. No, continue.
no, I was just because I get excited talking about it because it really saved our
Yeah.
life. I mean, really, our human being life as we know it. Because there was no way, and I even cry about it now when we talk about it because it just you know. Anyway, it went around the truck. It went around the side of the car, and it was looking in to check, I guess, to see who was all in and how many or whatever. And my grandson looked up and he says, "Grandma," and I says, "I know." He says, "You see it?" I said, "Yes." He says, "But it's okay." And I said, "It
Yeah.
is." So that's all that was said. And then my granddaughter seen it, and then it just kept going
Wow.
around, and it was shot across the windshield, through the back
Yeah.
windshield, and then it stayed on my side like it was guarding us. Like, cause
Oh
see,
yeah.
to the right of us, it was the Grand Canyon, dark,
Wow.
pitch dark, no way. If we would have just barely, there's no way. I mean, really, really. And so it stayed with us until we got to off into the end of the construction, and we could see like a hotel on one side, and we come to a little city. I don't know what city that was. Little town. I'm sorry, little town. And after that, we looked around, we got out, and we just started like, no, where'd it go? And it just left. As fast as it came, it left. As fast as it left.
Wow. That's crazy.
So, I'm sorry, I get
Yeah, I was gonna
excited. Yeah, because
say.
it's really, we
I
were really blessed.
Not only does it sound like you were protected, but I would say this that
Yes,
I believe the ball of light came from a much larger spaceship. It was sent down from a large craft that was probably cloaked way, way up above your location. That's what I feel is happening.
yes,
So that thing was unmanned, but it came from a much larger vessel. For whatever reason, they were protecting
yes,
you. They were protecting all of you, actually. That's amazing.
yes, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, and I see things also, like energy beings all around all the time. All the
So let me
time. I
tell
have a
you.
son that when he was small.
Now, when you say
Go
energy
ahead.
beings, could you describe what an energy being is for people watching encounters?
Well, I don't know if anybody can. It's like hmm, like if something was to push you or touch you with a force,
Yeah,
but yet there's
yeah.
nothing there. Something of that nature.
Right.
Like
So
if you're going
when
to
you
go
feel,
somewhere and okay, like if I'm walking and maybe something's in front of me or inside of me and I don't see it and I get pushed, like bumped into, and then I mean for some reason I don't know why, but it's always something like that. It's like like they're not guiding me per se, but like keeping me away from something. Like maybe they're helping me, they're watching over me somehow. Like I'm meant
I
to.
think they are. I think they are watching over you.
Yeah.
Um, I can tell you, I feel that there's a larger spaceship involved, like a large, intelligent group of space people, and this ball of light and the ray of beam came from that ship to protect all of you. Um, and I think really that's the case of that situation. And can you tell us what the date was of when that happened?
That
The
it was like 4 years ago, and it was in the month of July. I'm
month of
not for
July.
sure what the
Or,
dates were, but
or
in the
not
month
the
of
dates,
July,
but the
yes.
month of July, what, last year or when?
Oh no, no, about 4 years ago
Four
when that
years ago, to
happened.
be exact. I just want to
When we went out, yes, about
go
4 years
back
ago.
into that. So since 4 years ago, have you had any other things occur that you
Oh
can
yeah,
remember?
yeah, yeah. When I was well, I don't know if it pertains to this or not, but when I was smaller, I seen a gargoyle. Is it what you call them? On top of sitting perched on top of a church.
Yeah, that wouldn't be anything
Um,
to do with the UFO. Right? We'll keep away from
no,
that.
no, no.
But
That was very. Yeah, and there's something
Yeah.
else. Yeah, I was blessed through that. That we got taken away from. But
Yeah.
other than that, besides, but no, I have outer body encounters all the time, all the time.
Oh,
I
interesting.
have like
Interesting.
if I go, I'm all over the place. I'm
Yeah.
all over the place. Yes, sir. I'm all over the
Well,
place.
I definitely appreciate
But
your sharing with us. Any last
thank you.
words of wisdom or
Yeah, thank
comments?
you.
Yeah.
If they come to you, just embrace it. I mean, it's just, I mean, it's something. We're not alone, like they say. We're not, and it's
No.
all for the good, and it really is. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
in my
Well, Patricia.
situation, yeah. Just
Yeah, that's
thank
right.
you
You
so
had
much.
nothing to be worried. Hey, Patricia, thanks for being a first time person on with us live on Encounters, and we hope you'll follow the show forever. I'm going to follow you, and you are all set. And
Thank
thanks
you,
for
sir.
coming
Yes,
on.
sir.
We're at now about 1:36. I think we're going to call it a night, folks. It's been a long show. I want to thank everybody for the gifts, everything, all your support. We appreciate it. We'll be on tomorrow night with Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show. The spontaneous way the show works is we never know who our guests are going to be. So that's the beautiful part. I want to thank everybody for being here, all my guests, everybody, the audience. Everybody have a good morning, have a good Thursday, and we'll see you again. Remember, keep your eyes to the skies.